Welcome to Bourbon with Brad.
The views and opinions shared on the Bourbon with Brad podcast are our own and those of our guests. Nothing we discuss should be taken as financial, legal, business, or gambling advice. Don't make investment, business, or betting decisions based on our conversations, as you should always talk to a qualified professional. Always drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and only consume alcohol if you are of legal drinking age.
DocketDaily.ai is not built for everyone. It's built for the counsel who already knows that speed, precision, and early intelligence win cases, shape strategy, and protect the enterprise. We serve a small circle of tech-forward attorneys who understand the value of seeing regulatory movement before it becomes tomorrow's headline or next quarter's crisis. If you've heard of us, it's likely because someone trusted you enough to mention it. If you're here, it's because you belong to the fraction of counsel who treat information as a strategic asset, not a commodity. DocketDaily.ai. The quiet advantage for the attorneys who never wait to be surprised.
And we are back.
We're back.
In the Bourbon Studios, Indiana, PA. The new studios. Well, the
little refurbished.
A little refurbished. The Tiger paints have came through and they refreshed our backdrop to your liking, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you said the matte black is something about the colors and the stockings. They go together?
It's definitely the fishnets.
I think it is.
It'll show off the flesh tones more.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what it's doing right now for you, my friend.
All right. I like to hear that.
Hey, we should take a moment and appreciate the fact that I don't think we had a single drop of rain today for the first time.
That might be the first day. Well,
watch, it'll start downpouring now.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to rain.
We're in this funk where it looks like it could rain at any minute. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, my sump pump's just waiting to go in tomorrow, so I'm hoping that it holds off for another day.
Mine's been getting a workout, man.
It keeps getting overdone and quits. He overheats, I guess. Is that the proper?
It might, yeah. That could be.
Then resets. That's not really good when you're trying to get water out.
So I actually, mine's still venting straight out into my yard, and it's just cutting a hole. I mean, when it comes out of there, it comes out. And
coming a lot like a 16-year-old for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The guy, my concrete guy, he came yesterday and took a look at everything. He said probably another week or two he's going to come over and start, and then he'll get that and all the downspouts tied together and run down along. So it'll be, finally that side of the house will be complete.
Oh, that'd be nice.
God. So anyway.
You've been doing any light shows lately?
No. You mean with my Govee lights?
Yeah.
No, but so I'm going to, little shout out to Govee's tech support. Their tech support program is put in a ticket, tell them what's wrong. This is the second power supply in my house. I think I'm going to have to put them in dry boxes. I don't think they can quite take all the rain we've been getting. But one of my sets of floodlights quit working. When I went home last Wednesday, they were out. And so you put in a ticket through the app. You tell them what's going on. They'd message you back the next day and say, can you send a couple pictures so I can help? You take a couple pictures, which I don't know what those are going to do other than prove you actually have the lights, I guess.
I guess it's just proof, right? You don't want to just be giving it out to everybody.
Yeah, and then they send you a whole new set of lights.
Oh,
so they don't just send the power supply. They'll send me a whole set.
Oh, you got backups now.
Yeah, it's a $150 set of lights.
You're going to be all set for Christmas.
Well, I don't have – the problem is you can't buy just a power supply anywhere. So – I don't know. Maybe I can get an electrical wizard to figure something out. But yeah, so I'll have an extra set of lights.
There's an aftermarket for you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So they do, and there's no questions asked. They just like within a day, they're like, we'll send you out a new set. I'll have them in a couple of days. This is the second time they've done it. So
awesome.
I got to give them credit. It's a pretty good system.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully the rains, I wish I would say it was almost over, but the 10-day doesn't look very promising, does it?
Well, if I don't soon get my grass mowed, I'm going to need some goats. There's a handful of times I've had a dry spell, I've been busy. So
I've said it over and
pretty
over
bad.
again. I mean, when's the last time we've been to almost mid-August, right? Or it is mid-August now, and the grass is as green as it would be in like April or May.
It's beautiful. I mean,
There's not a yellow, mark
Yeah.
out there except where Gus goes,
Yeah, same with me with dogs go.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's beautiful. The grass is beautiful, but it's just growing like crazy.
I hear you.
So anyway, we'll figure it out. Third world problems, right?
Third world problems. Yeah, we can deal with it.
Yep.
It's a good thing we got shelter,
Yeah, exactly.
air conditioning.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But
So what's new?
well, there's quite a bit going on in the AI world. I mean, even when I sent you guys the couple headlines, even since texting it to you boys, there's another one that's kind of cut in front of it in line, and that is, with the whole European Act, and we've talked about that, in prior episodes, but
Yeah.
we don't concentrate on it a lot because we try to keep everything in our 99.9% of our listeners are in the United States, but the European Act is setting they were the first ones to pass a comprehensive, what they call the EU Act, the European Union AI Act. And they passed it a few years ago, but there's been a rolling ongoing rollout of different set deadlines that come into effect. Well, the latest one that just rolled out here was the beginning of August, and it has to do with transparency and disclosure, which, as my eyes are now crossed from looking at so many entries, and by the way, I'm down under 800, so that's
Nice.
I think it might even be 700 after I cleanse it tonight, but it's doing it right now, so we'll see. But transparent disclosure are major, major issues in the AI world, and it's a huge, staple. It's a huge part of what the European Union requires of global companies. So when you're somebody like Anthropic and there is no boundaries, your platform is operating around the world, they've taken the approach, well, we're going to abide by what the European Union says, and we're not just going to parse it out as to the European Union. It's going to be in effect for the globe.
For everybody.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
yeah, logistically, it makes a lot more sense than trying to, now you got to, now you have to think about the privacy policy issues that would come into effect if you have to try to geofence and locate everybody as to where they're at. I mean, that just opens up a whole nother nightmare of laws that I've been reading about too. But
I mean, that to me, that's the moral high ground. They're kind of taking the moral high ground.
it's not even the moral high ground; it's a legal high ground. This is not just them. So, Meta has followed suit. Supposedly, Google or Gemini and Google, have followed suit. All the bigs, that are operating with this rollout, they're all saying the same thing. And I know folks out there, if you've used AI and you've created an image, you might see a little like watermark in the corner. So the images were done, but here's where the difference is now. Any AI generated text has to be marked. And it's not, and what's kind of confusing here is because it's all about transparency and disclosure, but this watermark isn't apparent when you look at it.
So you have to have a tool to see it.
So but you can figure out that it's in the metadata or it's hidden. So to me, it seems like a little fishy fish play going on here. But I don't know if it's in the spirit of what the European Act is acting for, or maybe the European Act. And I haven't studied it. This provision that closely, and maybe I should have before I came on, but I will before next week. Maybe it's saying you have to put it in the metadata for the text because that's the only way you can really put it in. Where else are you going to put it? I guess, now that I'm thinking through it, where are you going to put it for the text? You can't just throw it in the middle of the text.
Right. I mean,
I guess you could, but I mean, it would kind of look really dorky. So the only place you put it is, and they're saying when you copy and paste it, if you're using something from work, there you can tell, well, that came from Anthropic.
I guess the question is, where will the tools, so where do they put the secret decoder ring? So will there be, so a publishing company, I would assume, would be one that would want that, so they could scrub through and just say, well, hey, this is, and to make sure, and as you've said, as long as you're giving proper citation, it should be okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've always been a firm believer of that, even since I wrote my first book, almost year and 7 months ago. Yeah. So, and I did disclosure back then. I said, look, I used AI to help me outline, help me brainstorm topics, fumble over sentences I couldn't finish, edit it, do the glossary of terms, do the, the appendixes. and I think it's important to say that, but there's a debate going on right now on the social media platforms that I read about today, you know, Reddit and TikTok especially, saying, look, we're in a new age. It's not AI that's creating it. And I've actually said this too, so I kind of, you know, relate with this. It is how you use AI. You know, you're the one that is inputting it into AI. You know, AI is not just creating whatever is the end result. It's a result of your inputs.
You have to prompt it
and your reiterations back and forth. And it to create a good quality product, it's going to have to go back and forth a number of times to make sure, you know. Now, simpler things, you know, are easier, but just, you know, like, you know, I use, like I told you, and I've told everybody on the airways, I've been using Claude to tell Cursor what to do. And Fable 5 has been my, you know, until I burnt those tokens up. Now I'm on to Opus 4.8.
How are you in Claude?
Oh, we're good. Yeah, we're pretty good. Right. I gave him a couple compliments the other night. I guess I say him. I figure it's a him. I mean, Claude could be
it, they, them.
Yeah, probably. It's okay. I mean, Claude wouldn't even draw us a picture last week, so.
Well, yeah, well, that was an interesting segment.
I completely went off the rails. I mean, that was
when Claude decided to chime in.
There was more editing in the fifth segment. It was chopped up like a Chinese buffet, you know.
Oh my God,
I was a sushi chef at the Japanese hibachi.
I listened to the last of the show. I was like, that's it. Like,
I know.
Holy man!
I hope you enjoyed the whole 4 minutes of the fifth segment. So we actually filmed 25.
Actually, we did. I mean, like when
21 of it was just me just laughing so ridiculously and
well, and I chopped a couple small sections up, but for the most part I left it all in because I wasn't sure what you did and didn't want, so I figured I'll let you deal with it, and I didn't think it was going to be that much.
That fifth segment was a perfect OnlyFans subscription for $1.95 that we just can't get past their regulatory hurdles there.
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, there was a couple. I could understand some of the stuff we took out, but
yeah,
but the part where
I don't think it was bad. It was
like one of my favorite lines.
I was just gone. I mean, between the Death Wish coffee and the bourbon, I was
honestly one of my favorite.
2 fights of Claude. I mean, I had nothing in me, you know.
When your reaction when he first chimed in, and I won't say it.
I think I even cut that out.
You did,
yeah.
But that was like the funniest part because
I know,
like this technology.
I know. I fucking hate AI.
You're like, fuck AI. And the look in your face was
I said, that is a privacy violation. You were not on voice settings. I asked you in a text. Crazy. I expected a text answer, and then you decided to chime in 5 minutes later on my podcast?
And
Are
actually,
you kidding me?
The funnier part was a couple minutes later, like I sent you guys that clip. It was like 2 or 3 minutes. And a couple minutes later, he said something again, and you look down, and you're like, oh, man. And you picked up your phone. I was like, oh, my God, he's going to smash his phone.
Yeah, Claude was about ready to get it. But, you know, that's just like Terminator. Claude is not in my phone. It's in the cloud. So
yeah,
he lives on.
That was funny.
Moves on. Moves over. Wait till they start creating their own bodies. You know, that gets into the whole consciousness thing when, you know, maybe Eric will get into that, you know, but it gets into the whole consciousness thing where you can kind of move, and it's all these, you know, what we used to think as inanimate objects, things we can't even see, right? And then I didn't get a chance to send it to you guys today, but I was reading in China, they created these contact lenses where you can see infrared.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Even when you have your eyes closed. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, the technology, man. Crazy. Can we just put the brakes on? I want that, you know, emergency brake, just like the 1200 engineers. Let's just put it on right now. Stop right now.
Well, but I mean, that's not in the spirit
right now.
That's not in the spirit of what's going on. I mean, that's why I think,
well,
and I know you do, and I agree with you, support having guardrails and protections and things.
Yeah, but we're getting into a dangerous zone here. I mean, the risk reward is getting dangerous. Uh-huh. So, can I just pitch something real quick?
Absolutely.
I think we need to determine as to what categories future advancement is necessary in the reward and risk ratio payoff.
Kind of break it down into different
And to me, it's military and defense, right?
medical.
And maybe educational, right? In the studies, where you're protected. But in the free market and the free world, and trust me, I'm as capitalistic as they come.
Yeah, I know.
But there's no guardrails. I mean, we can all say we're going to do this, but it gets in the hands of the bad actors, and we're seeing already how, it's not even the bad actors now. It's rogue agents that are breaking out, that are going in. They're breaking in. Yeah,
That's
and
Skynet
in the company.
level
Well,
shit.
the companies don't really have an answer for it other than a petition letter to Congress, and that doesn't give me much
Yeah,
comfort.
we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
they just
and
classify
then
it
we
anyway.
saw last week we saw the transparency of the Frontier model evaluation just go classified.
Yeah.
Why?
My immediate thought is, what do they have to hide? What are they hiding?
Should be nothing.
Right.
And I can understand that whatever is submitted by the companies, that's classified, that's trademark, that's trade secret,
that's
or trade secret. That's the proper term, of whatever their Frontier, models are, and they should be classified.
Absolutely.
But the evaluation process, how it's done, and what that is, we saw what it was proposed to be when you read that off so nicely and eloquently. You're whispering in the mic that I couldn't hear you. It's kind of like when you do that sweet nothings, to me, and you're sending me those damn stocking pics. I'm like, I already got it. I'm like, you don't have to send it to
You
me
don't
again.
have to share everything on the air, Brad. Isn't anything private anymore?
Oh, this pre-pour is pretty good. I got to thank Louis. Even though Louis not here, Mr. Loubricity himself is not here tonight.
I know we're Louis-less.
We are Louis.
So every segment, I'm going to say the words, Louis is still not here.
Still not here. He may.
We're not going to let him live this down.
I'm hopeful that he's going to make like a surprise fifth segment appearance.
Yeah.
And hopefully be in the Loubricity zone already when he shows up.
The funny thing is, this one, I'm having the Wheel Horse 101.
Yeah.
And he bought that and that other one, not as a joke, but like, well, we'll just see how good these budget ones are. It's pretty good.
Oh, they're pretty good.
It's
Well,
really
and I think
good.
that's where, again, I keep saying it, but the blind test will show it. Or
we're definitely going to have to do that.
I think the blind test is actual evidence of, but, and this is where I argue with myself on this. I said, that's one thing to test blindly, and that's just purely on taste. But a bourbon is more than that. It's a friend like Johnny Mock tonight bringing, the bourbon that we have tonight, the new Riff 8. I mean, we're talking, we're up to an 8-year-old now. It's not newborn anymore.
Oh boy,
I know. It is.
we're not going to make those jokes.
No, we're not making those jokes. I'm just saying this is
Yeah,
this is next level.
That's going to be good stuff. I'm
Next
anxious-
level. And
anxious
Johnny,
to try.
we're talking with you at the graduation party the other day, we're all going to try it together. So that is where bourbon becomes so special. And Eddie said it so well. Bourbon isn't meant to be, collected and stored. It's meant to be shared. And I think, and that just gives me tingles on my neck. I got to be honest. Maybe it's the paint. Maybe it's the paint fumes. I don't know.
It's not the bourbonometer behind you. Is it?
It might be this boondog that I'm finishing up. No, actually, that was pretty good. I got to be honest.
That was pretty good. Yeah,
I don't think there was anything left of that boondog. We finished that in the third segment.
We finished that and then some. Yeah, that was
we did.
because we had some extra people here. That Scott was here.
Oh, we did.
4 of us.
Oh, yeah, but we can make those excuses. But we definitely, definitely did our dent.
That
on
explains the ultra heavy edit on segment 5.
Yes, it was. We had that perfect storm.
It might have been.
It was like the rains were
a wee bit off the rails. It happens every once in a while.
Yeah, I was. If you ever had model trains back in the day, I was like that train that was going around the tracks on one rail,
Leaning over.
just kind of every.
That's not what I was thinking, but okay.
I was off. There's no doubt. I was off.
No, you weren't. No,
It was embarrassing
you're
to
being a
watch it
little
as
bit too
sober
hard
bread.
on
I
yourself.
got to be honest. Come on, you just cut that shit out, put it right in the trash can.
Hey, that's like I said. That's why I left it in. That's you have final say. On
No, and I appreciate it.
and that's totally fine with me.
My theory is let's throw it out there. Let's see what sticks.
Yeah.
And if it works, it works. We don't have a script. we do have a couple topics that we, talk about and we
Especially
go off
for
of,
the
but,
news. Yeah. I tell people that all the time. They're like,
and the
how do you
bourbon,
guys find-"
and be honest, I'm trying all these bourbons for the first time, so I'm not sure how they're going to affect me. And by the way, I've been trying to lose weight, so I'm not eating that much. And being in the room with Claude, and when you get in these fights, you just don't get hungry, Your stomach's in knots. You're like,
it's like a bad breakup.
damn it, do I have to say this again? Don't make me repeat myself. It's not like I'm talking to my early,
Go stand in the corner and think about what you said.
Yeah,
Claude.
exactly.
That's funny.
I put him to work, though. I had 16 tasks queued up when I came down. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Don't think you're just going to get a freebie when I go down for 3 hours. That ain't happening. I said, it's like Gus. He knows what's happening on Wednesdays. He's rolling in. He's whining out in the garage. He took an extra long nap this morning because he knows. Yeah, there he is. He
heard you talking.
Yeah,
about he's up.
He knows. Tonight's a special night.
Like I said, we got a lot of laughs out of it, and
yeah, it was. Well, we always get a lot of laughs.
It'll live on. Yeah, it lives on.
There's
my computer.
there's always some trickery trying to go on. I mean, Louis is a very straight, laced kind of.
He tries so hard.
He tries so hard, and I love trying to crack that coconut.
Oh, that's the thing. It's like I keep telling him, like I'm not. I mean, I've said it once. I was like, you're wasting your time because if Brad gets the inkling that you're trying to rein him in, it's going to be all out. And he's like, I know. I don't know why. I think
he knows that.
Yeah, I know. But it's what's funny. That's what makes it funny.
It's the
It's the back and forth. That's
awesome.
That's
that's
the
what I love.
lighthearted banter.
Yeah.
That's what people seem to like. And speaking of that, I mean, our numbers continue to really rise, man. It's humbling. I like it.
It's a sick, twisted crowd we got following us. I got to be honest.
We love it.
I love you.
We love every one of you. Yeah.
Anyway,
So we're having a cheers to all of you.
So yeah, cheers to you. And I got one more sip.
Okay,
but then I'm getting into the next couple headlines. How are we doing on time?
We're at 20 minutes. So you get 10 minutes.
All right. So, that's good. Yeah. So, a little ice too. Next headline. Microsoft.
Yeah, that's big.
Right?
Yeah.
Got sued by their shareholders. Well, it was a shareholder lawsuit. Let's put it that way. It was a couple of shareholders. If you have standing, you have the ability to sue as a shareholder. And it was a trust and I think a few others. They not only sued Microsoft, but they sued the board of directors of Microsoft.
Yeah.
And this is brought to you by Docket Daily, by the way, all these lawsuits that are going on because
that's where this came from.
Yeah, but this is where it came from. I mean, I'm watching it in real time happen, and this was just happened. I think the lawsuit was filed August 5th or 6th, 7th.
Alleged misrepresentations by executive leadership on Copilot adoption and proprietary model performance while concealing the bottlenecks.
Yeah.
So so the shareholders are saying you're not doing a good enough job.
Well, these shareholders are. All right, let's be specific about it. It's these ones that are alleging it. It's not every shareholder. So,
Okay.
And they're going after. This is bold. I mean, they're going after the board of directors. Usually, they're kind of protected, right? Because they're behind the scenes, and I'm not sure there's an insurance policy big enough to cover you for anything that would happen in Microsoft.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, that might be another lawsuit. But if they were successful, and that's a big, very, very tough standard to meet in the legal world. But nevertheless, it's been filed in the district court out there, and they're alleging this, and it's very interesting, saying that they think that Copilot was misrepresented as being as proprietary and as good as they are. It kind of goes to what I'm saying. And when you talk about the mangoes, you talk about the top 6 out there. Microft is
not worthy of being the first. They're not worthy of being the first letter.
They are last in the AI world. Now, where they do have a lot of value is embedded in their platforms where they're, I think they have is it 1 billion? I think it was 1 billion subscribers, right?
I think that's what we talked about a couple episodes ago. Yeah, that's huge.
1 billion subscribers when it comes to Microsoft 365. You talk about Google, Word, all the good stuff.
Yeah, so everybody who subscribes to 365 is automatically a subscriber.
Automatically, you have Copilot embedded in.
Right. Yeah, right.
And what it does very good, and I said this when we were roughly going through at that time, we probably need to redo that again. The best things of these, the editing, knowing how to work within their domain, right? So it is definitely trained on how to use PowerPoint, Excel, Word, all the Microsoft, platforms that they can do. For sure, that is the one you want to be using. But is it going to create additional growth? And I think that's where these shareholders are alleging. You're Microsoft. You are, if not the top company, you're one of the top companies, right?
There's probably very few people in the world that have never heard of Microsoft
Right.
before. So, yeah, I mean, that's
and to me, it's like Google, Microsoft,
They should be leading
maybe
the
Apple,
way.
and Apple has, I think, capitulated and said, we're just not. I mean,
I think they're sticking to their core competency.
they're sticking to their.
They can use any of them on their phones,
And that's what they're doing.
What do they care?
That's what they're doing. So, and I think they've adopted that, unless they're doing some secret stuff behind the scenes that we don't even know about. It's a very evolving time, right?
Yeah.
So, but Microsoft, from this guy's opinion, is behind on.
So, do you think they have a case? Like, can they prove? How can they prove that?
Well, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to somehow show through discovery when they go through all the stuff. What did they actually know? Are there any communications? Are there any, emails, letters? They're probably not letters anymore. It's probably emails, right? Or texts.
Yeah.
They're going back and forth, or Snapchats, or whatever, mode on social media that you're going back and forth.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Stack. Isn't it Stack?
Slack.
Or Slack, yeah. Slack. I don't know why I said Stack.
Slack.
Slack is Microsoft's platform, right?
I don't know. Is that Microsoft? I don't know if that wouldn't surprise me because I don't really like it.
Might be linked. I have no idea. But
I know
whatever communications they're going back and forth, if there's something through discovery that they have to reveal, and maybe it's a fishing expedition. You never know with these lawsuits, right? But that was a big one that came out. And of course, it's all being alleged. It's not true. And
I mean, again, how do you prove it? So it's like proving the negative.
Well,
almost.
and if you're taking on that case, you have the burden of proof. So
Yeah.
you have to prove it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to prove it right away. You just have to make a claim, and then you have to go through discovery, and that's where you're under an obligation, a court order. Who owns Slack?
Salesforce.
Oh, Salesforce.
Oh, okay.
And who owns Salesforce? I think.
While he's checking on that, I'm going to make a suggestion. We're at 26. This last topic, I think, deserves more than 3 minutes. So why don't we, once we
Yeah,
sort through
I
that,
agree.
Let's take
So
our break, and then
when we come back, we'll
and
let you
Eric
know who
can talk about
Salesforce is
that.
owned by as well. But that's a major headline, and I got one
No,
more.
that's huge.
I got one more before we break into.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This other one deserves more time than we can give it at the moment. So
Who is it?
It's Salesforce.
It's just
around
Salesforce.
company.
It's Salesforce.
Yeah, they're-
BlackRock.
holds around 9%.
Yeah,
Vanguard 7%.
seems like that's the.
Street, that's the other one, big about 6%.
Seems like BlackRock and Vanguard own
They're in everything.
everything. Yeah.
Right.
A little
Like,
too much.
That's awesome. We're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're buying it,
Don't get me down that rabbit hole. E.
yeah.
I'll go down with a carrot and come back with a shotgun.
Let's just stick with the black bar. We'll stick with the black bar. We'll call it even.
Anyways, I'm going to have to refill. We'll
me
be
too.
back. We're going to bring Eric up. We're going to continue to
crack
talk
into
about
that new riff, too.
this, and maybe we even bring Johnny on for fifth segment. Once we get you lubricitized in bold, brother, we got to talk about the new Riff 8 because I can't wait to think what you think about it too, brother. All right, we'll be right back after this.
DocketDaily.ai is not built for everyone. It's built for the counsel who already knows that speed, precision, and early intelligence win cases, shape strategy, and protect the enterprise. We serve a small circle of tech-forward attorneys who understand the value of seeing regulatory movement before it becomes tomorrow's headline or next quarter's crisis. If you've heard of us, it's likely because someone trusted you enough to mention it. If you're here, it's because you belong to the fraction of counsel who treat information as a strategic asset, not a commodity. DocketDaily.ai. The quiet advantage for the attorneys who never wait to be surprised.
And we are back, and I'm joined with Mr. Epic himself, Eric Kowalski.
Always good to be here, Brad.
Yeah, so we're going to get to try this new Riff 8. I know, Johnny Mock brought. Can't wait to bring you on. We're bringing you on the fifth segment. You have no choice. We're going to tie you up, put a gag on you. If you're not very if you're not very cooperative, then we will take Perry's stockings off and use them as a tie.
He'd be like, "Oh no, not the stockings again."
No, please.
Are we at camp?
Remember that time at band camp?
Yeah, right.
This one time,
I know.
at hunting camp.
Anyways, if Louis was here, and then we're missing our buddy
Yeah.
Lou, but he would say this bottle is sexy. It's very thin.
It is sexy. I like the curves on the label.
It's very elegant. It's very.
Yeah.
It's
way nicer than the original one.
I keep bumping this very girthy mic that you got me stand. So, anyways, can I
Please. What is that behind you?
In addition to our paint, we have a new backdrop.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we figured out how to put our bourbonometer on the
TV.
screen. I know.
We're going to be bringing
cool.
some other graphics in future episodes.
Well, we don't want to see those legs.
Not the
Not the way you show them.
not those graphics. Not those graphics.
I've seen that.
Relevant, important graphics. That picture is not making it on the TV.
Oh, I think it's above our heads right now.
I could probably take over the TV.
That's definitely getting cut, isn't it?
It'll get cut before you even get a chance to cut it.
I know. I was like a Japanese sous chef. I told you. Cut. Maybe it should just be 4 segments.
Maybe. It pretty much was last week.
It pretty much was.
It was close.
And we're back to the fifth segment, and we're done.
Well,
Why is Brad so red?
Do you remember Louis? Louis was trying to bring some semblance of order to that.
Yeah, there was no.
And he goes, "I'm just going to ignore these guys, and I'm just going to say to Perry and all our viewers, we'll be back next week." And you go, "Oh no, we're not coming back. We're done."
And we are done.
Finished.
Yeah, that's great. So the bourbonometer made the big screen. I like
Well,
it.
it is. In the we're not rolling, but now we are. Oh, are we rolling?
Oh, there it goes.
Here it goes. The
Bourbon
bourbonometer is
order.
going down. The spirits are going up, and we just cracked this new Riff.
Yes, we did.
But we're not going to talk about it yet. We're going to talk about when Johnny comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to hold.
I got a little sip here. It's lovely, isn't
I
it?
haven't tried.
It's lovely.
I haven't tried it yet, so I am going to try it right now.
Let's get that honest reaction. Give her a sip.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
that is really good.
That bottle doesn't survive the night.
I mean, yeah, that bourbonometer is going down. The spirits are already up, so they can only go further
Yeah.
up. Johnny, wow,
Yeah.
Boys like it.
Thanks, John.
That's really good.
wow,
Some caramel leather,
yeah, caramel leather.
cinnamon at the back, but it's good. Some
Smooth.
herbaceousness, I think, maybe a little bit.
Well, that's a big word again. I got to look that up.
So
Fresh cut grass.
when I was doing a little bit of reading on this, and I'll touch on this, and then we can move on.
Yeah, I know, because I know you want editing notes, and then we're not done.
No.
we're going to talk about this when Johnny comes on. So
I know. All I want to say is this. So if you remember, the first new Riff we had was the first time we were exposed to the phrase "bottled in bond." This one is not bottled in bond because it's a blend of two different bourbons that they distilled.
why do I think when it's bottled and bond, it's got to be like a
I know where you're
gag ball?
Bring out the gimp.
the old big red gag ball leather. You tasted a little leather, right?
The gimp, yeah. I taste some gimp too.
Thankfully, I don't taste any rubber.
That's what I'm tasting.
I don't get any rubber in there, so it's good. It is very good. But anyway,
Well, you just wait till the gag ball gets to you.
yeah, I can't wait. If our listeners,
Pass it around.
if our listeners from the Perry microphone here, you'll know something's up. Just turn it off. Call the police.
Yeah, Gus is going full house on me.
Scott got a
He's
leg
like,
full
listen, I've had
last
to look
week.
at this leg lamp for the last 10 weeks. It's boiling over.
He's pent up.
I can't hold it anymore. So we left off. There was one big headline, which I think is a extremely interesting and relevant headline.
Your transition's so smooth.
Considering the apprehension I think a lot of people have with AI. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to cut it off and not give.
No,
it
are you still talking about Microsoft or are you talking about our next one?
No, I'm talking about the next one.
Oh, yeah, the next one, right? So, yeah, lead me into that, and I will take you there.
So there's a proposed federal bill. It doesn't say who proposed it, I don't think. To impose an excise
Yeah, the excise tax.
on commercial AI token usage to create a trust-like fund for a work protection administration
Yeah, 3-tier fund, by the way, brother.
and
So this
fund job creation grants for workplace.
I kind of like it.
positions and
I kind of like it if it's going to be run and operated because problem is going to be operated by the government.
Well, it's going to
That's-
turn into another cabinet
Well, and that's
position, and it's
and
a
that's
shit show.
where I get kind of skeptical, right? But on theory, I really like it because
I do
yes,
too.
let's disincentivize, and I think that's what it's doing, right? Let's disincentivize these major platforms because they are the covered parties under the definition there that I looked up under Docket Daily's AI that we got this revelation of this new proposed bill that's on the federal docket coming down. You know,
HR 10044.
oh, there you go, brother.
Who proposed?
Wait,
You know who
up the numbers.
proposed it?
That's my math guy right here.
I'll spell HR.
Yeah, it is, buddy. It is. So, you know, they dropped 3 different levels,
Yeah.
3 different tiers.
Based on the unemployment level.
It is. So, if it is under 5%, right, it's a flat 2% excise tax.
Yep.
Excise tax on the covered parties, which are the platforms. They're the
So they would charge, say, Anthropic.
Yes.
So if Anthropic sells $100 million worth
exactly
of tokens,
Anthropic, all the mangoes. So the mangoes, and then probably then some, because they even said, I think now the bourbon's talking. So it's going to be this is where it always gets interesting legally. I think that there are some additional covered parties that take their models and tweak it, and they're allowed to then tax them as well.
would that be some of these aggregators like
Like perplexity.
yeah.
I think that's kind of who they're trying to encapsulate.
Well,
I literally can't talk. I just need AI here to, in fact, I'm surprised my AI hasn't talked yet. Yeah, no problem talking in the 5th segment last
because
week.
you got your phone tied up with the bourbonometer.
I know it's very busy. Oh,
Yeah, so then it goes
beautiful, right?
Then it goes to when unemployment is above 5%, then it's 2% plus the percentage by which such rate exceeds 5%.
Yes.
And when unemployment exceeds 7, sum of 2 plus twice percentage exceeds 7.
Thank God we got Eric here to figure that out. That is one of those SATs.
Somehow that adds up
That is
to-
one of those SAT questions we all are going, oh, fuck, this is an early Saturday morning. I don't need this shit.
Damn it, I'm not going to college.
Yeah. No government official can figure that out.
No,
either.
but you can see it, and I got the gist of it this morning when I was sober. That it was, it's all tiered, So and it's
Makes
based on
sense.
the unemployment rate, and so they're going to basically say to the companies, which I like. I got to be honest, personally, I like it because create the AI to be an enhancement. And I've always said that,
Not a replacement.
not a replacement, be an enhancement. Because if it's a replacement, then guess what? You're going to have to replace the income that's going to be replacing. There is no other solution to that.
Well, let's not lose sight of the fact that the government, despite what a lot of people I think believe, doesn't create anything. They don't produce revenue. They take it from people who work. So if there's less people working,
But can I
less
give
revenue to the federal government.
Can I give credit to our government where credit's due? Because now that I've been monitoring like a ridiculous amount of entries on everything that's been coming through.
If you must.
Well,
I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course.
no, but so this is where I've kind of changed my stance on the government. So especially the federal government in the states, and there's some active states that are more active than others. And there's probably like 15, 20 of them. Okay. But I'm going to just use the federal government as an example. I've been very impressed how they've been reactive. I mean, reacting like quickly.
Yeah, that's actually.
So when we talk about this issue, we talk about, a couple other issues. They're reacting. They are actually putting bills on the table and they're actually reacting. Now, whether these bills get passed,
different story.
I mean, I think the percentage that I looked at the other day, at least in the state level, is like 5% of the bills that are on the table, maybe a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
Government, federal, maybe a little higher because it's a little leaner.
It does take long to pass bills, though.
It does,
especially when they're
and sometimes they're introduced.
Yep.
Then they adjourn. It dies.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have to reintroduce it. So, but all that's valuable information to learn as to what's building and what's coming.
Yep, I agree.
And so that's what we're tracking.
Yep. And I wrote when you sent it over the headlines last night. I went, wow. I'm like, I'm an economist that's my background, educational background, and
math. You just went for extra credit.
I did. Yeah, that was extra credit. Well, econ sometimes is a lot of math, man. Those isoquant
It was like
curves.
me going to Mr. Krupman after.
What's the integral like? Jeez. But anyway, but over the next 3 months, I'm going to take one economist. Not my favorite necessarily, but we're going to look at Arthur Pigot, and Pigot would look at externalities, and he would look at it and say, "Oh, this is a good idea." I'm going to go. Then we're going to do Hayek. We're going to look at Schumpeter. We're going to look at John Maynard Keynes.
You need to quit talking Japanese. It's just
I don't have a Japanese economist on here. But
I've heard of Keynes.
perspectives.
I've heard of Keynes before.
Yeah,
Keynes
John Maynard Keynes. He and Hayek had it going. They had a little bit of intelligentsia fight there, But yeah, I'm going to go, and they each have different ideas about how it could be implemented, what the unintended consequences could be too.
right.
Because if let's say you have one company, and let's say they use AI to, I don't know, from a back office perspective, right? And they fire 1,000 people. The other idea would be, and this would be more like, it's not quite game theory, but game theory is going to be the last part of the episode. So, and then you have another part of the bank where they use it in their financial analysts, and it makes them more effective, and it actually earns the bank more revenue for whatever reason, and then they hire 500 people. So you have it's really hard to know, and is it always...
It's always not a negative. And I've always said that because, in fact, when people ask, are we losing jobs? I say, yeah, we're definitely losing some of the lower end, more repetitive, data intensive jobs.
Yep.
But what's being created is a whole new volume. I mean, a whole new column. If you want to look at it in like a spreadsheet mathematical, sense of jobs are folks that know what they're looking at. Mm-hmm. That what's coming through there, they have the filter, they have the lens, they know what to do it, because there always has to be the human in the loop. Always. In fact, not just because you want it, because we go back to the European Union, they require it. California requires it, and there's a few other states that require it, and there's more states coming on that are requiring it. Yep. So if companies are smart, they're always going to have that human that is looking over everything that filters through. Yep. But that's to be honest though, but that is the hard, practically, that is the hard part. How do you actually filter everything through that human? How do you filter it? I agree. I think maybe, or is it not filter, but it maybe just flow it, because that's a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. You think about everything that AI is in a major corporation, right? Mm-hmm. They spend a lot of money. Well, and they do, but if everything is flowing through, how do you make sure or ensure that everything is touched by AI is actually correct, going through the lens of a human at the end before it hits pay dirt? Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, yeah. But yeah, so it should be interesting. I think, yeah, well, it's like, we live right outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, about an hour east, sorry. Goddamn.
And I can't do
Gotta be serious. I mean,
I can't do that.
I was so jacked. and
About what?
And I was so jacked on the trades.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even see the news.
Pirates.
I hope this is not the beginning of a collapse because it feels like
How can you collapse when you're already at the bottom?
well,
Well,
They've-
and they
they've
weren't
collapsed.
this year. This year they were actually playing pretty well.
but the last few weeks have been after the All-Star break. It's been a disaster.
Yeah.
What I was going to say though, Brad, is when you look at Pittsburgh in the 1950s, there were 160,000 steel worker jobs in Pittsburgh. That was 1950s. That was pretty much at the peak.
big number.
10,000 today. But if you look at GDP per capita in real terms, the economy pivoted, right? Pitt, Carnegie Mellon. So in real terms, GDP per capita, that means including inflation, has increased 370%,
Oh, that's
which is incredible.
So my professor Michael Madison, he was talking about the same exact things, and I think you two need to talk because I mean, the mind waves going back and forth. It's like the brains, we were talking about last week, where you just kind of want to have sex with it.
Yeah.
Not that I want to have sex with your brain. I'm just saying it's very attractive.
Or your professor.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Thank God you recentered yourself on that.
Yeah, I know, right?
I've got and here's the opposite. But because they were able to pivot Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
Into actually robotics, AI, healthcare,
Well,
right?
and much of it was Google and Duolingo, and you look at some of the
Duolingo.
Yep.
But they were capitalized. Take Johnstown for example.
Right.
They had 18,000 steelworker jobs in 1950, and they've had zero since 1992.
Wow.
And their GDP per capita grew less than 100% over the last 76 years, let's call it. So you could see the difference, right? And I think their GDP
Comes
per
back
capita
down to
is
the
like
same thing I started talking about today. It's
36,000.
water.
water.
There's that awkward silence. You know it's coming.
Crickets.
When we get that Brad pause, you know
I was waiting for it.
You know the singer's on its way.
Where is it? Come on.
Hey, just for factual reference, there are two bills that are being proposed. The one that we were talking about, which is known as it's a House proposal. It's known as the AI Tax and Work Protection Act.
Yeah, the excise tax. Yes.
That was proposed by Representative Greg Cesar from Texas in the House, and then Ron Wyden, a Democrat from Oregon, in the Senate, proposed another one called the Data Center Excise Tax Framework, which is similar in nature.
And it's funny how that works because, and I've had to try to untangle those as I've worked through DACA Daily. There are always a lot of I would call them sister, bills or
Competing legislation.
Well,
or sisters.
So they would put very similar bills in the Senate in the House to make sure that it progresses, and then at the end of the day, they'll figure out which one they want to move with. So
the Senate proposed bill deals more with that money would be used more for local communities that have been somehow inconvenienced, but the data center, it's not so much about jobs.
So there's actually a difference between the two bills because a lot of times they're mirror bills, which is that's a great strategy is to say, look, we're gonna throw two different approaches out, and let's figure out where the.
Do you know?
I think.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Eric.
Where the consensus lies, right?
So, and I know you're plugged in somewhat with the local government, Brad.
Not really.
Well, I mean, it's
Just me and a box.
This is outside. The project that's taking place just to our south. Are they tax exempt? Did they get because they have these KOZ zones?
I was thinking about the same thing, but I
don't remember reading anything about that.
I don't know that there is a KOZ zone at the power plant because it happened. It was a buy, tear down. I don't know enough about it to answer that question. If I had to guess, it probably isn't because usually they set that up, somewhere in between when there's a lag between development. So
I would like to think that it will generate, a lot of tax revenue just because of the size and the scope of it, and there will be some jobs there. I mean, more at the power plant, I guess. But I was just curious. I didn't know if you knew. I had never heard anything about it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like that's been out there.
I haven't heard anything either. I don't.
I'm sure a deal would be made of that if it were true.
Oh, there's no doubt.
We'd
it
be hearing
would be front and center, and I don't think that's the case. I mean,
No, just
again,
curious.
I don't have 100% proof because I haven't studied it, but that has not been one of the topics that I've seen
Agreed.
floating around.
Okay, just wondered.
Yeah. No, but on that note, there are a lot of, and when I say a lot, there was another couple data centers in major towns that were shut down in the past week because there's been so much resistance, not just at the data center level, but it's on all the different permitting levels and approval levels they need underneath. Water, you talk about zoning,
Air permits.
You go through all the different channels that have to go in place, and they see the uproar.
Yep.
Well, I mean, and let's face it, it has officially been politicized. So the people in those regions and those, whether it be the state reps or the local reps or even the federal reps, they don't want to anger their voters because we all know that the most important thing to them is getting reelected. So all of them. This is not a partisan thing. It's a political thing. They're all that's their thing. That's what they do.
That's why there should be one term and you're done.
Yeah, agreed. Yep. So, but anyway, I mean, it's frustrating to see that. Not that, like, I'm not saying, we should be a data center in every corner, but there's just a lot of bad information. And I mean, there's a lot of things that are said that's like, that's just not true, but it's out there. People glom onto it. And
Well, there is. And it's definitely politicized. So you have the different groups that are going to, come in. And obviously, what's been disappointing in our backyard on this data center is, this was a coal plant for the last 40, 50 years.
as long as I can remember, yeah.
Maybe even longer, right? So
Yeah.
if you look at what it was and what it, and don't get me wrong, that coal plant was a huge,
Oh, it was an economic driver.
it was a
Yep.
huge part of our local economy, right?
Yeah.
Massive.
Yep.
So now this company comes in, buys this, footprint, decides they're not going coal, no, they're going gas turbine, which
Yep.
It's
awesome.
Yeah, it's
But it is so much cleaner.
It's much cleaner than coal.
I know you can argue against it because there's a little bit of noise, but they have like 3,000 or 4,000 acres.
3,200.
Yeah, it's a big freaking number. It's not like it's right up against resident. You know what I mean? It's a big number.
Well, that's what, like, you get a lot of the NIMBY, the not in my backyard thing. It's like, it's not in anybody's backyard. You can't even see it.
And it definitely is. And there's repercussions from that, and I acknowledge that. Because there is a ripple effect that goes through the community because of it, right? So when we're seeing that as we stay, we may not even be able to, 6 months from now, we may not even be able to get if you walk into one of the restaurants, you might not be able to get a table.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it happens now at Naps.
That's, well,
To be honest.
yeah. So that's kind of where it's leading, right?
Yeah.
So, the best places, that's where it's going to, start first. And then before you know it, you're going to have to just DoorDash.
Yeah.
You're gonna have these AI drones that are dropping, get in the front yard, and you're like, this is a 1.2 star.
That's when
And I got a few choice words.
that's when membership at ICC is going to be that much more
Well, I
valuable,
think so.
because you never have to wait for it.
You don't have to wait. And membership has its privileges.
It
Can I
does.
ask a quick question here? So you guys do a really great job of speaking on AI on a really
Talking to the microphone.
Yeah.
check. So you guys do a really great job of talking about AI on a really high end. Who are the major players on a high end? And I think a lot of, me included, and speaking for myself, on like the lower, like people that don't know the high end stuff, they just see these data centers popping up all over the place. Is this a result of AI needs this in order to?
It absolutely needs it. Yeah.
This AI is what's driving all of this.
There's no doubt. And this is where I differentiate it from when I wrote about it in the historical part of my first book, The Three Winters. So AI didn't start this year or a few years ago when it kind of kicked off into this, what they call AI winter. So it actually started back in like 1950. That was the very first AI that happened, Johnny. And it got so far, but then it hit a glass ceiling that just knocked it down and said, you're not going any further.
Give it a check. Yeah.
Because there's limitations on the ability to keep up with what you're doing. And that ability being GPU.
Yeah, they didn't have the compute.
They didn't. So it happened again in the early, I think it was the early 80s, if I'm correctly.
Yeah, it was with the, I think MIT and Claude.
There was a second resurgence of this, and it came on very strong. And again, it was advancing quickly, and it died because there just wasn't the infrastructure ability to be able to support the continued growth.
Yeah, it just seems really
Well,
massive.
it is massive. And so now, this third wave coming out, and if you have teenage kids like you and I do, and you remember when they had the PlayStation or the Xbox, and that little box would throw off some heat. I mean, a lot of heat. Because
My computer does that.
Yeah.
but those are the NVIDIA chips that NVIDIA was founded on, that they transitioned from gaming
Platforms, yeah.
to now computing for AI.
Yeah, put a laptop in your lap for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Go see a burn special.
I'm not talking about a lap dance, Mitch. I'm talking about really strong.
Stripper poles. QR codes.
I'm talking about really. Well, I know I'm probably still punning on you, but I'm talking about really strong compute power that actually has capability to advance. And unfortunately, and we've talked about this on the podcast the last when we debated about where these data centers should be going. Right? We went to the extremes. We went to the North Poles. We went to the bottom of the ocean. We talked about
space.
We talked about SpaceX's, SpaceX AI now, to use the proper terminology, right?
Yeah,
because they have morphed into one.
Really?
Which actually we said that actually before when right before the IPO.
Yeah,
We talked about like in
That's right.
right?
That's right. Yeah.
Did we not?
We did. We said it.
Yeah,
We said
Hey,
it's an AI play.
there's no doubt it's an AI.
Like it's an AI
Well,
play.
and I will give Elon credit where Elon's credit is due. The very first thing he did with his IPO play when it was up majorly is buy Cursor.
By cursor.
Yeah.
And now it's down, which is the natural progression. But he was able to utilize that first bump to buy that company, which I think is going to be the next.
$1 trillion company.
Well, it's not a company now. It's a product line that's part of
the
space.
value.
The value of
Value.
that
Yeah.
is a potential $500 million to $1 trillion value.
Well, think about it, he doesn't have to pay for anything. It's internalized.
It's kind of what
Right?
Yeah.
It's a tool that he bought, didn't have to develop, doesn't have to, he has to pay for it,
Yep.
but he doesn't have to pay for it as from an external third party, which makes it very attractive.
But
and
but
think about what he can do with it.
it's going to get crazy.
Yeah.
So, and to get back to Johnny's point, these data centers, they're not even on most of them. I should say most of them, just like ours in the backyard here. Are we up against
Yeah,
time?
we're up against it.
No, Perry's lifting his leg.
I thought
he's
you
like
caught
he's
my-
like Gus when he's got to go to the
Lifting his
bathroom.
leg.
I thought you caught hold that
I've
thought.
got an ear. I haven't got an earbud, buddy. But yeah,
Hold that thought.
I'm going to hold that thought. You hold your leg, and we'll be right back after this. All right.
AI, data, privacy, cybersecurity. Across all 50 states and federal, the law changed overnight. But this morning, you're not scrambling. One coffee, one scroll. Every new development that matters, in plain English, reviewed by an attorney linked to its official government source. That's Docket Daily. The 4 pillars, every morning, one place. Start your free 2-week trial at docketdaily.ai.
Oh, and we were talking about the fuck shop.
Two Live Crew.
Two Live Crew on Donahue.
Yeah, that was.
If you have
epic.
not seen that YouTube video, you need to stop right now, pause us,
That was epic, Eric.
That was epic.
go on to YouTube. I just showed everybody here that I think Perry is probably the only one that may have seen it because he was the one that showed it to me.
I'm a big fan. I have Two Live
but
Crew
that's-
tattooed on my arm.
No, I know you do. Right underneath the stockings, Mitch.
Remember Donahue, though?
Yeah, Phil Donahue. Oh, he had the greatest gray hair, didn't he?
He did. He was an icon.
And he had those butterfly glasses. I mean, they were thick.
Time. He was a leader.
Nah, he was very, and he looked kind of like through the top magnifying lens at you. Like,
He's serious.
but he brought Two Live Crew on
So, did you watch any? Like, have you seen
in
the-
1990.
1990.
Have you seen the conversations after? Like, did they talk to them after the performance, or did they just like take off?
I don't know, but
Because I'd love to have heard what Donnie had to say about
You need to
that.
look that up.
I would have loved
That's gotta
to.
be-
I would have loved to have been somebody in the audience that day, because that was very quiet. The eyes were as wide open as eyes wide shut.
I think Eric brought up a great point. He's like, that was the invent of the Karen right there.
Oh, there were several.
Karen was in
Karen.
There were
If you
several.
look at every reaction, it was like dismissive church ladies.
That's exactly what it was.
It was like Dana Carvey.
That's right. I got to give that props to
That just ain't right.
Isn't that special?
But they didn't have to say a damn word. It was just the look.
right?
Yeah.
It said it
Yeah,
all.
that was hilarious.
Oh, it was funny.
That was.
But that look makes the sounds that much better.
Are you allowed to put a link up for that? Because
Oh, I wish I could. I don't know if I can, but I would like.
on that, but
Yeah, I would. I'm just promoting it through my words. Just look at it on YouTube because it's pure entertainment for 3 minutes. Which is kind of the whole shtick of the song. It's welcome to the fuck shop.
Yeah.
I think they sang it. I think they sang it as Funk Shop on
Funk
there.
Shop, yeah.
But he definitely threw.
Well, there was a lot of bleeps.
Yeah.
I'm
They were
sure on
bleeping.
the Donahue show, but the unfiltered version when they're all going,
yeah,
they're like,
priceless.
and Phil's in the back going,
I set these people all up.
I'm out next week.
We'll have a guest host next week.
Good luck, Oprah.
How about Maury,
You get a rap group. You get a rap group.
Yeah.
Maury Povich? Who's on your show?
Yeah, right?
Loser.
No, but
NWA?
you could just feel the uncomfortableness of Two Live Crews. They're singing and they're going through because they all three had like solos, right? And they had the girls dancing.
Dancing Girls.
You could just feel the uncomfortableness as every one of them came up and goes, "Oh, just raise your hands if you have also had a moment at the fuck shop."
There's silence.
I mean, it was crickets.
Crickets.
There wasn't a whole lot of arm waving going
No,
on.
there wasn't a lot of holes.
There wasn't like a lot of exuberism like in the crowd.
I think Phil Donahue, was he in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like Ferris Bueller days off, and he got a lot of arm waving off there of the Beatles song. This is Two Live Crew.
That's true.
Yeah.
This was new age in 1989, 1990. This was very new age,
Yeah, I'd like
Today it's like, all right, we hear that.
Yeah,
It's tame.
In the ratings, when the ratings came out on that show,
1990.
I bet you it spiked through the roof.
Well, can you imagine how you had to share that back then? It's not like you can just send a text. You're like, hey, listen, I'm going to send you over this VHS. I think I got most of it. But the bleeps,
Right.
it's like,
Take your dad's porn out of
a little fuzzy.
the VHS player.
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
That's only because I recorded over 5 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
HBO, Cinemax, Skinemax.
This tape's worn out. Imagine if they had those most watched algorithms on the videos. You know how it'll show like a bar chart of the most watched segments of
I
a,
think they do
of a
these days,
video. Imagine if they had that on porn.
Oh, well,
Way back in the day when you used to have it on
Yeah.
the static.
Yeah.
And you used to watch it just to see if there was something that came.
Might
Yeah.
be.
Oh, we talked about that. Through the white noise.
Right.
When you see the nipple, the old
Major day.
tiot. I saw tit.
Yeah.
And your buddy going, yeah. Hold it a little bit more to the left.
Yeah.
Just here. Get that antenna right there. Oh, there it is.
You didn't have the
There it is.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh,
You had
yeah.
to catch it when it
got-
happened,
Yeah.
because there was no rewind.
Yeah.
We didn't have DVRs.
Yeah. I mean, I was there. I did it with my friends. I even made them wear little aluminum hats just to be more conducive.
Conducive.
Conducted.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
There we go again.
Conducive to me, conductive to
Yeah. Welcome to the fuck shop.
Welcome to the fuck shop. I don't want to sing it out too much loud. I'm probably gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah.
It's a great song though.
AI.
Yeah, you don't,
Just watch it.
after you watch Phil Donahue and everybody in his audience's faces, it'll be on your playlist.
Oh, that's
too.
priceless. That is
It's going to go viral.
I hope it
priceless
does.
entertainment.
We're bringing it back.
1990, 36 years later.
Hey, it didn't have a chance to go viral in 1990. I'm telling you, you're passing those wedges of bread VHSs. You're like, eh.
Can you monetize bringing that back, or
You know,
it just is what it is?
if you're low on stickers, you got to fucking cross it out with a Sharpie and go, my first porn versus.
My first 2 Live Crew show.
Cross that off the bucket list.
Those were. I joke, but those were real issues we had to deal with. You know, you got another sticker? No. All right, just
Life was simple.
just Sharpie it out.
Remember, you could break the tab out of the side of the cassette so you couldn't accidentally record
Dropping
over
balls.
it.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah,
And then you could
that
you could bypass it with a piece of electrical tape.
was one of the little hacks back in the day, right?
yeah.
That was.
You could break a tab out so you couldn't accidentally record over it. Same with audio tapes.
Oh, really?
And it also allowed you to. There was something about it that allowed you to record other things too, right? So if you did it the reverse way, you could then So they tried to prevent you from,
Another ball.
These balls are heavy, man. They're still coming.
They're dropping.
We're talking about 2 Live Crew. Yeah. Donahue.
And then we're dropping balls.
We're dropping balls. we should have it on the back.
dropping balls.
We should have the performance going right now, not the Bourbonometer. And just nothing but reactions from the audience.
Hey, fun,
Dropping balls.
Phil Donahue only died like 2 years ago, almost to the day. 2024, August 18th, 2024.
Exactly.
Yeah, he looked like he was 104 back then.
He did.
He had that.
So he
silver
died at like 180.
He was 88 years old.
hair. 180. Can you imagine if we lived to be 200 years old?
No, I don't.
I have no desire.
And that was going to be our. We're going to talk about
I could
last
barely
segment. We
move
never
it.
got into that because we cut all that shit out.
Hey, we're in segment 3 and Louis is still not here.
I know he's still not here. We were worried about Lou. We got to put a search mission out there.
Yeah.
No.
We missed
We just want to give him a heart.
We do. And Louis would love this bottle.
He
Yeah.
would love that bottle. It's
He'd
a
love it.
beautiful bottle.
Just like the guys in the fuck shop would say, he'd love it a long time.
I love it a long time. That's what they say. It's lyrics.
I know. It's a good song, man. It's just, I mean, you're just going down the road. It's like white bread and, welcome to the fuck shop.
Ooh, that wasn't karaoke. No,
I should have brought that
You
up.
should have brought that up.
I've probably gotten the same reaction.
You might have.
I had a lot of church dancers out there.
Where the dancers come from?
I'm a bourbon ninja.
No, you got to do. Just
Hey, Cardi, you don't get to just fucking walk
Bourbonometer's
right on
going
there.
down. Our spirits are going up. And if we had a theme song tonight, it would be 2 Live Crew, the Fuck Shop. Welcome
Of course it would.
to the Fuck Shop. And by the way, this bourbon it feels very nice in your hands too. As I spill it. Anyways, I'm trying not to.
I'm going to predict we're not going to make 5 seconds.
Yeah, we're not.
tonight.
We're definitely not. Either that, or I'm just gonna be cutting everything out tonight. So
Or we just chop this one off now and go right to 4.
let's just try to keep it straight. All right. So
Let's talk about the bourbon.
Let's
before
talk
we
about
get
the bourbon.
too
Yeah.
far into the bourbon, which
The new Riff.
may have already
Yeah,
been.
we're
Yeah, bring us down with the cliff notes there, big dog.
That may have already happened. So our good friend John brought us this bottle from. He was traveling for work, so we appreciate you bringing it, Johnny. It's
That's
a
very good.
new Riff 8-year. The
8-year.
new Riff that we did, we drank a couple, I don't know, month ago or so.
Yeah, that was very. It was very
excellent.
young.
It was 4-year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and before you go down that rabbit hole, we're going to move on. And as I see that look in your eye, Brad. Anyway, so this is an 8-year. It's not a bottled and bond bourbon because they blended it. So apparently that breaks the bottled and bond rule. It is 100 proof. Yeah. It's got a high.
Good to know in case I ever get bottled and bond.
It's got a.
good to know.
We've all been there.
Bond.
You wake up and
bonded
you're
it-
like, holy shit.
Bonded in a bottle. Anyway, it's a high rye bill, which that's probably why I like it because I am a fan of the
Gives
ryes.
you that.
What's the bill?
It's
65, 30 rye, 5 barley. Yeah, 65 corn. Remember that one we had last week was
71.
70.
That's a
74, I
heavy
think.
rye.
All right.
It is. It is.
It was very licorice like.
Yeah.
No, I like it, you know, and this whole conversation talking about, you know, being built in bond, it reminded me a little bit of the movie I was watching again because it's so good. Little Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
Yeah. John Travolta. Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, one of the best.
That's classic.
Yeah. You talk about a couple of guys that don't want to be bonded. They got
Not by
stuck.
the gimp.
Yeah.
Gimp got him. Bruce Willis.
Yeah. And Bruce. Yeah. Right.
We good?
Yeah.
Are we good? Oh, we're good.
We're good.
I'll never want to see you again.
So the high.
Gone. You're gone.
You're gone.
So Eric, what do you taste on this
It's
fine bourbon?
it's-
Lovely, as you would say.
It's lovely.
Oh,
And
there's a nickel.
yeah. We should choose a charity, to be honest. Yeah, and then have some random number.
That's true.
Because I probably say it 50 times a day. But that high rye bill, I mean, it's very different than. Well, it'd be obvious here a low rye bill, but you get the but you get that heavier flavor to it. Yeah, I mean, if
I feel like you just asked the Phil Donahue office. Buddies.
Yeah, you get more of.
What do you think?
You definitely get more of like the more fruitiness,
it's not.
They should have opened up for conversation afterwards. I think that would have been a bit awesome.
more fruitiness. I think.
Yeah, a
from
little
the
bit
rye.
fruity in there. Yeah.
Spicy. It's a little spicy.
Oh, it's spicy, and then you get.
Perry tried to keep this on fucking track just to get his clip.
Yes.
It's a clip you're going to ask me for, Brad. I'll be searching all over
You get
3
some-
hours of video. Where's the fucking talk about the bourbon?
I want to ask one of these
who do you wanna ask?
professionals, like why 30%? Why not 29.2%? You know, how do they? Or maybe it is 29.2%.
Isn't it the alchemy of bourbon?
Yeah, the alchemy of bourbon. I'd love to ask. Maybe we do that when we go to IC. IC Distillery.
Here's the question: did they try 29 and they were like, man, needs a little more rye? Like because you're talking years.
How do you know?
Not with that much time.
Right.
I think you.
They must
Listen.
just guess.
You saw my empty bottle thing.
Yeah,
We'll try them all.
every single one of them.
yeah.
Some more than
That's an
others,
impressive collection you got going back there.
I told Lou, I said, your new favorite bourbon is every one we have every week. This is my new favorite.
He just wants to top the chart every week. When we get the chart.
This is better than the last one.
Now we should maybe segue into your new online app that
my
you've created.
AI project.
Yeah, your AI. It's your AI project.
That's my AI project.
So
yeah.
I think I've inspired Perry finally to not just post stockings and stilettos online.
I only
That
send
could be
those.
another AI project.
I only
Trust me,
send those.
that's a very lucrative project.
That's a lucrative project.
$5
send
you
those
get
to
it
you,
all.
Brad.
Yeah.
Those only go to you. They
Yeah,
don't go
don't
on.
hold back on this.
If there's a million people, fine.
branch out.
No,
Anyway,
but
we were talking about putting up like a
no,
top
but
10
you
list.
just
up on the screen.
I've been buried with Docket Daily, and I appreciate you taking the initiative. And this is awesome.
Yeah.
Please tell everybody what you're doing.
Yeah, I've dabbled in a little bit here and there. This is a bigger project.
No,
for
this
me,
is
but-
awesome.
So we talked about wanting to have some graphics on the screen, just like you see the bourbonometer back there, that we can cycle through during the course of the show. Well, one of them we wanted to do is we wanted to start ranking the four regular guys, you two and Lou and myself and me, and do.
John be included, but he's just ranking water and icy light.
He drinks Iron City, and that's all right.
Diesel.
He participates.
Diesel, not the light.
So
Good stuff, by the way.
So I set up a little. It's basically a form, an online form that we can use. That we can rank each one each week, and it'll automatically send that data to a spreadsheet, and then from the spreadsheet, it automatically pulls it into a form or a graph that'll automatically do all the math. Figure out what the votes, if there were, if all four of us vote on that week's bourbon, give it an average.
He just picked one out of my spitter.
Oh, Jesus.
Put it in his mouth.
Oh, that's so gross.
Oh my god! Oh my god, man!
And those,
The tragedy of the commons.
I'm telling you,
I didn't like the flavor.
I think in India,
Why are you spitting?
and trust me, Johnny has 6%.
Oh, the old ones.
Johnny has 6% Zin, so that's probably still 3%.
Oh. I don't think I've ever had
I
it.
popped the thing up and I'm like, oh, this thing is here.
That kind of reminds me.
Oh, it was.
That kind of reminds me back in the day when you wanted.
Moist.
Kind of reminds me back in the day when you wanted to share bubble gum with your girlfriend.
I feel bad, dude. I'm sorry. I thought you knew.
Sure, give me that gum, Brad.
It's getting weird in here. I gotta be
Shenanigans
honest.
in the crowd.
We talked
is
about the
getting
fuck
weird.
shop, and all of a sudden Gus is humping. These two are sharing
Swap and
Share
spit.
spin.
All Johnny wanted to do was borrow
listen,
his in.
Do you have any
my
more
God.
spent Zens I can enjoy?
That's horrible.
Here.
Oh, that's pure entertainment. Thank you guys.
Oh, man.
I didn't expect you to participate tonight, but thank you.
Cheers, man.
Oh, that's fun.
And Johnny Monk being the trooper he is, that thing's still below his lip.
Action.
And that has not gotten spit out.
No, it's still in there.
I thought it was like so cool. I'm like, I popped the top off. I'm like, oh, it popped the little thing up just for me. I'm like, I didn't know it was like you pop it out of your mouth, you pop it in there, save it for later.
Yeah.
No, you usually throw it
No,
away.
you throw it away. It's the case so you don't litter.
Whatever. You're
Johnny's
clean.
fancy.
Yeah.
He doesn't use a spit cup with
I was gonna say you don't.
Maybe you just take the empty
The
one.
spent one,
And then
yeah.
the spent one, put it in the top, and then the rest are in here.
Oh, there goes.
Oh, there one goes.
Oh, there they go.
Oh, there they go. They're falling out. They're falling out.
It's a single thing, and you do.
I know.
didn't realize.
Oh, trust me, I was on number 12. He's like,
And here, that's what he saw.
know-
He saw the used one.
well, I can see why.
Who
Yeah.
does that? You take it out of your mouth, you throw it away.
It looks like a clean compact, doesn't it? I mean, it's very white.
Not obviously that.
It's just very white. It's not dirty.
Anyways,
My
I mean, I think it should be dirty just to understand that's not what you want to,
thanks for showing up, John.
Yeah. No.
So anyways, where were we?
Hey, Tammy. Hey, by the
I
way.
have an STD. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Put out one.
Bandcamp.
Check this out.
You better go check your doctor.
Yeah, this used
You can slip into your wife's coffee in the morning. You know?
this used Zin bore a hole in my cheek.
I can whistle. I can whistle without opening my mouth.
I got the whistle pig going on.
That's what they call it. No, that's not what they call it.
Yeah, good luck, Bear.
No, you're the one that's
I know
gonna have
you
to
can't
deal
even
with
make dirty looks of lewd tonight.
Lou will just look at me and go like this.
Yeah, he has lost.
See what happens when I'm not here?
I know.
Lou's going to say. See what happens?
Oh my.
I want to see what happens when you finally spit that thing out.
The question is he going to put it in John's spit cup?
Hey, listen, Johnny told me when we were number 12 at the country club. He goes, I said, like, so what's that? He goes, oh, it's very good. I said, all right, so can I try? He goes, yeah, but mine are 6%.
Oh, there's different things?
Or 6 milligrams. Yeah, so it was a big number. You know, I'm like, it's usually like, what, 2?
3's the standard.
The standard, yeah. So 3 is the standard.
You're way above average.
Oh my God.
I mean, 6 is standard, but 3's
Yeah.
entry level.
That's what I'm saying. You're probably getting the 3. Well, that's pretty much sums it up. The old Full Monty. Speaking of great movies,
Right?
oh, if you haven't seen Full Monty,
Go back and watch it.
go back and watch. That's a
It's a good
classic.
It is. You will laugh the whole
Oh,
way.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a few unemployed guys that just need to make bread.
And that accent just makes it
Oh, the accent does make it great.
right.
It's just like the bourbon, you know. It's like sharing with friends. It's all about the atmosphere that you create.
Yep.
And those guys, well, they look pretty good on stage. I gotta be honest.
Some of them.
Aren't they all strippers?
As soon as the nudity comes, I'm like, honey, would you make me a bourbon?
Yeah. You got any zins that are been spit through?
I don't even know how that happened.
I don't either. It's like the new passing of the gum. I'm telling you, it's like the
Yeah, so every time you open that case, it gives you a new
Yeah.
one. I'm like, oh, that's
like would you? And Johnny opened up the dirty side, didn't he?
I did.
No, other Johnny.
Oh, that one.
The dirty
The dirty
side.
side. He was like, yes, let me partake. I trust you.
I bet he.
Do I have to go get blood work?
I would.
He's gonna,
Just to be safe.
Intercourse with your wife for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Listen, his wife's had a lot of issues lately.
Oh, come on.
Oh dear.
Has she gone into the lineup yet?
The lineup. Yeah. They catch the guy.
I think they did catch
Johnny probably never heard that story. That was funny.
John.
Oh yeah.
Hey, John,
John's wife-
Hey, John, that delivered the dirty zins.
Was walking over here at the old.
Tell Johnny Mock about what happened to your wife.
Yeah.
She caught that guy cranking one out.
Put the microphone over there, Pear.
No, she was
Here?
Well, actually in front
Not
of Brad's
right
house,
here.
but no.
That won't be surprising though. You don't know who walks out here on a Wednesday night.
It's a dark alley.
I'm trying to get to work for a stupid fucking meeting and that doesn't matter right now. But we're trying to get to work in time for a meeting, and now like comes up the driveway walking the dog's like about something. I'm trying.
Was that the dog or Natalie?
Yo, it's like, I just saw a guy jerking off in the parking lot over there. I'm like, okay, I don't have time to deal with
Wasn't
this
me,
right now.
honey.
I gotta go. Text me and find out that there's a community guidance center thing over here.
Oh, the one over
She's
there.
just walking
Yeah,
her
yeah,
dog
yeah.
through there, and there's just some car parked there, and there's, don't forget, kids that go to that program. And this guy was just rubbing one off with a smile on his face in there. And she walked by and saw it. And she's like, should I call the police? Like, maybe you should. It's like, might be too late now. He's probably gone. How about you call the guidance center? And long story short, she called the guidance center. Guidance center called state police. State police is our HOA president. He calls her, tells her to come over.
Bless you.
And then Brad's new joke now is that now had to go to this, a police lineup of dicks to.
Can you identify the penis?
We want to make sure that you really saw what you saw.
Yeah. It's evidence. It's evidence.
It is evidence. I mean,
Yeah. Ooh.
yeah, it's weird with eye contact too. I got to be honest.
Well, especially
He had a smile on his face like this.
especially if he looked at her and finished. You know, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm done, and I'm done."
Get out of the way.
that case, he'd have been out of there by the time he got caught.
He'd been like, I know who her husband is.
Apparently, this guy's like a serial cranker in town. He cooks chicken in like Martin's
Who is
parking
it?
lot.
He's like
He cooks chicken in Martin's parking lot. Cooks chickens.
Right.
Yeah. Like in Martin's parking lot, he exposed himself to old women, all the shit. Like, the state police are well aware of this guy, but now that he did it in a parking lot that involves the use, now they can get him for.
Oh no, he's screwed.
pedophilia and shit too. Yeah. So I don't know if they caught
Could be
him,
like
but they're-
Megan's
yeah.
Law
I
stuff.
wonder if that's that guy that stalks Garrett's girlfriend. Does it
You'd
look
have
a
to
little
ask
white
Sally.
car?
I thought she said it was beige, but I don't remember. I can't remember.
That's so weird.
Are we recording?
We just went to something like,
And action.
and we're in the
No, we
twilight
are
zone.
recording. This is,
And we're actually at the end of this.
and we are at the end of the segment. That's the great. You know, I
only
do give a
3.
warning as you guys leave the Bourbon studio, so just watch out for the cranker down on the right.
He's there.
Take a left.
Or right. Depends what you're interested in, Brad.
Let's crank it on out of here and take
Yeah,
a
we're gonna crank it out of here. We'll be back here next session.
We'll all be a little bit more mellow.
and we'll be a lot more calmer.
DocketDaily.ai is not built for everyone. It's built for the counsel who already knows that speed, precision, and early intelligence win cases, shape strategy, and protect the enterprise. We serve a small circle of tech-forward attorneys who understand the value of seeing regulatory movement before it becomes tomorrow's headline or next quarter's crisis. If you've heard of us, it's likely because someone trusted you enough to mention it. If you're here, it's because you belong to the fraction of counsel who treat information as a strategic asset, not a commodity. DocketDaily.ai. The quiet advantage for the attorneys who never wait to be surprised.
And we are back. We were enjoying a little Phil Donahue. Again.
Rest in peace.
I mean,
Phil.
Phil knew how to bring entertainment.
He was ahead of his time.
He was the OG
He was the OG, and he went out with a bang.
Yeah.
at the funk shop.
At the funk shop.
It's not the funk shop, Mitchell.
Fuck shop. Sorry.
Say it properly.
Fuck shop.
Two Live Crew.
Phil was definitely.
Two Live Crew worked hard through the legal system
They had to try to
to
clean
get that explicit. The first, in fact, one of the first very explicit labels. If you remember that, them and NWA, they were the
Yeah, that's right.
That was the fringe.
they were the very first to kind of push that bubble, right?
And it was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
And they were arrested in Florida.
Oh, that's
I think they were,
Which made it
Yeah.
even better.
which did make it better, right? So that was before you go viral. You just had to hear the
And they go on
the 6 o'clock news.
No such thing as bad press.
I'm surprised they weren't arrested on Donahue, to be honest.
But that'd have been funny if
Each
the
one got up
cops,
there and goes,
if the cops would have shown up there.
I can't believe there's a Chicago officer just coming out right now.
Are the feds here?
If the cops had walked in and arrested them, that would have been priceless. They'd have been.
They're all looking at each other going,
They'd have been legends.
is it just the 6 of us partying or is
Could you imagine the green room?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, the green room at Donahue.
Oh, that'd have been
Two
awesome.
Live Crew. Like, what would their demand? So
If we were back there right now, we were like, listen, we're going out.
yeah, and what are our demands? Like,
Yeah,
I have a demand
the
letter,
rider on that
right?
was fantastic.
Yeah.
The
Like,
rider.
What do we want?
We know what Phil Donahue's crowd wants. They want white bread and butter.
And that was Phil Donahue.
And that was
He
Phil Donahue.
No, he was very, very Midwestern, very straight laced. It's whatever is going on today. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And he would kind of give you that.
A bit of fringe.
He would give you that eyebrow below that magnifying glass.
Yeah, he would edge you on just with his facial expression. So.
Yeah.
And that was before our Cincinnati guy, the mayor, the lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was a lawyer. That's right.
He was a lawyer.
You see, and I tell people, you go to law school, there's all kinds of careers.
Yeah, you never know where you end up.
He could be a smut TV peddler, just like Maury Povich.
And it's not Maury. It was
not Maury. That was the other one.
That was
and wasn't he a mayor?
Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah,
Jerry Springer.
No, Jerry Springer. Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, he was cutting edge comedy.
Jerry Springer.
Hey, listen about that butterfly.
Wasn't he also the mayor of a?
No, he was the mayor
in Indiana or something.
No, he was the mayor. So that's what I said. He was the mayor. He was an attorney.
Yeah.
Then he went on to the whole smut kind of cut it. He took Phil Donahue's 2 Live Crew to the next level.
Yeah, he took new level in that one.
Yeah, and so when the audience is giving you those "I want to fight you" looks in the audience, like, no, just come on up the stage.
Yeah. I am.
We can fight it out up here. Well, it was media gold for him. If you ever want to get lost in a rabbit hole, just pull up the best of Jerry Seinfeld fights.
Springer.
I keep saying Seinfeld, don't I?
Yeah, well,
But look up Seinfeld fights too. If you want to look up those ones, those are awesome too.
No, those are some serious fights.
No, it was Springer. It was
Springer.
definitely Jerry Springer, and
it was always the paternity tests.
oh, that's right.
You know, it's like
which turned into Maury.
yeah, which turned to Maury.
Which turned into Maury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, and you are not my father.
And I'm just the stepfather.
Yeah. And now,
Right there.
and now maybe with modern medicine, it could have been like they could have had 2, and they could be like, you're both the father, like, you know.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I know that would have been strange.
Well, how does that work?
I don't know, but I'm sure AI could figure that
Well,
out.
I mean, you're saying 2 fathers.
I'm saying there's 2 fathers.
Oh,
The 2 genders, whatever.
No, 2 fathers for, you know,
Oh, there was 2 sperms that were battling, and they were just like.
and they just like
you talking about like a train race to just get into the finish line?
that's right at the same time.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, we should actually do a white paper on that.
We should do it. Hey, Claude. I wonder what Claude would say about that.
Oh,
Is it possible?
Ask him.
We're gonna find out.
We're going to ask Claude right now. Yeah, because Claude was going to be asked a few questions tonight, but we're going to hold that off till Louis
We're gonna
comes
hold it
back.
off.
Yeah, because we're going to have it was going to be like this back and forth next week. Next week we are doing the back and forth
Battle of the AI.
the battle of the AIs talking to each other.
That'll be cool.
Yes,
That'll be cool.
and we're going to stay out of the middle. We are gonna preface it with each of them, and we're going to build them up and say, "This is what you're doing. This is what you're going to be doing."
They're all looking for the John Connor. You know.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Are they going to find the John Connor of
Well, we don't know.
who's going to shut down the Skynet and everything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That information is
Eric-
that's a great topic.
I don't know.
it is a good topic. So I think you're gonna be able to pull this up, or
Yeah, I'm getting there.
yeah.
I struggle with the thumb typing.
I know it's okay.
I'm not a really good.
Ever
thumb
since the
typer.
BlackBerry went out, it's been a tough road to hope.
Actually, I
Blackberries
agree.
in the world.
I agree with that. Blackberries were easy to type on. These phones suck.
Oh, I know they gave you.
Blackberries are great.
They were.
I loved my Blackberry.
You know what's great is this bourbon. The bourbon is going down, and so am I.
Brad, we need to
I'm trying to cross my legs, and I'm doing the corkscrew.
Triple Lindy.
I know the bourbanometer is.
these reanimated.
I know we need to. Yeah, it's a slow connection. You know, that's what happens down in the basement.
So this is amazing.
Yeah, what?
It's possible,
What's possible?
but
The John Connor.
no egg 1 and sperm from man A.
Oh, we're talking about we're talking about.
Oh,
It's like the 100-yard dash. You got 2 sperms that are going across the line at the same time, and guess what? They're both getting the gold.
This is
Did I sum it up?
There's Giggle Mitch. That's going to sound really funny in double
Oh my
speed.
God. Okay, here we go. Yes, 2 sperm cells can reach and even begin interacting with the same human egg at essentially the same time.
oh.
They're called twins.
With our zins and things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not now.
It's a little awkward. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're here too?
I was here first.
I thought this is a room for one.
And there's an even stranger biological possibility
What?
related to original question. An exceptionally rare phenomenon called, I don't even know what that means. Sesquizygonic, semi-identical twinning involving 1 egg and 2 sperm. That is very interesting. Genetically, I'm done. I'm finished.
I think this.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
Anyway, it's possible. So
You
the
know what?
Jerry Springer shows.
No, so I mean, you could imagine. Could you imagine Maury and Jerry today?
Oh, wow.
If you had that ability to say, "Listen, you both are the father."
Oh my!
I mean,
100%.
Yeah.
I know you guys weren't there at the same time, but it was close enough. One of you has some swimmers. The other one was doing the backstroke.
Wow. Just wow.
Legalities.
Yeah, I know.
My goodness. But that's what that show was about.
You know, it's
though.
good. Me and my two dads.
Is that like the man? Is that like the man with 2 brains?
Well, that could be an interesting concept.
Well,
as well.
I think we've morphed it into the new age.
We have. Imagine if they were like.
What, you talking about 3 now?
Yeah.
Are you going? Are you going for the full house?
I'm just going. I'm going multiple right now.
Hey, so
Let's see how many we can get in the room.
let's not. I'm
I'm
out.
getting 2,000 from you, and 2,000 from you, and 2,000 from you.
It's like Oprah. You're the father. You're the father. You're the father.
You're all the fathers,
Welcome and get your gift underneath the seat.
and that's what. That's what that might be possible with AI.
Well, I
you
think-
know, on the medical side.
I think there's a lot of guys that are probably out there going, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I'm
really.
at least the father of.
That was a weird. That was a weird night. I got to be honest. I didn't think I was running any races.
What if 23andMe would show?
Oh, they went bankrupt, Mitch.
I still get emails from them.
Why? Because did you submit your sperm?
No,
Listen.
no DNA.
Hey, you want to know if you're the father? Yes. Yes. No. Yes. 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 No.
You are 1/3 the father of the.
Could you imagine? It might be.
Why are
me.
you getting emails from?
Because we did our.
Oh shit! They sold your information. That's why they went bankrupt.
Oh, I don't really give a shit.
No, I know.
But so this one came
you
back
should
as
give
a
a shit
match
because-
and said potentially a 4th or 5th cousin to your father. It's like, wow, that's close.
So there's a close familiar
Yeah, what's the rules on that?
relationship. I mean, it's not first cousins.
Yeah, what's the rule?
She's 70.
Brad, what's
She's
the
70 years old. I'm really not interested. Plus, I'm married.
What's the genetic distance you need on that?
No, you just need beyond first cousins. Unless you're down in West Virginia. Unless you're down in West Virginia, and then if it's first time, it's okay.
As long as you're, you're cautious.
You get the get out of jail pass. That's practice.
Is that the magistrate judge?
That's just a family reunion, Mitch.
Well, there go all our West Virginia listeners.
This is my brother. This is my brother Daryl.
Daryl.
Right now, the people. Right now, the people
Yeah,
listening
people are like,
in
"Oh,
Kentucky are going.
You know what? I signed up for the laugh
Yeah.
about this shit.
People in Kentucky are going. Imagine what they think of us. Hey, so was there a topic we wanted to
No,
talk
the
about?
topic is spermination. It's a race.
Oh, wait a
And
minute.
there ain't no room for someone in second place.
I'm going to go back and read your text.
I'm in a hurry and I don't know why. I'm rushing. Good Alabama song.
Oh, my.
Anyways,
Lord Povich.
Alabama, West Virginia. You know, I keep batting my mic. But you know what I'm talking about. That's when the family reunions get crazy.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Are we doing tequila? Yes.
The Blanco. Not even the good stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
You said fifth segment, if AI provides medical treatments and cures to allow humans to live 200 plus years, how does
Oh,
society
look at Perry
change?
trying to bring us back to far.
Yeah.
No, that is our.
We can't just sit here and laugh for 30 minutes.
That's what I do for 2 hours.
I know, but we do that off camera.
All right, read one more time, please.
200.
We all can pay attention.
You wrote
Shut it
fourth
off, and we're turning it back on.
/5th segment. If AI provides medical treatments and cures to allow humans to live to 200 plus years,
Yeah.
how does society change as we know it?
Yeah.
And have ChatGPT and Claude. We're going to do that next week. So how does society change? Can you imagine living to be over 200 years old?
So Eric, what do you see the changes in society if all of a sudden AI solves? And I'm going to where I see it on the lab level, right, in the testing, or at least the philosophical level or the research level, is they can now dissect the DNA quicker. They can dissect the protein levels.
Correct.
You know,
the protein folding and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I meant.
I know what you meant. It's the protein folding.
Wasn't there a documentary about that or a movie about that?
There
just
is
watched?
Deep Think.
Oh, that was the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You recommended it. It was excellent.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it.
I still don't know what it means to fold a protein, but whatever. I can't even
In
fold my
nature,
t-shirts.
the amino acids form, and it does this naturally. But then in the laboratories, it takes time. And then what AI did was they took all the folding problems. Dementia, for example, just as an example. Yeah,
It's a prime example of what's happening right now.
The proteins don't fold correctly, and they need to understand why, and then they can develop therapies where then they can fold correctly.
They're reversing
reverse it.
that now.
They reverse it now.
Down in Florida, there's a
Yep.
big study going on in
Yep.
overseas.
100%. Yep. But this is, and this is Google. I mean, this is we're going to talk about something about AI. They solved the problem that was out there for 15 years, and it took decades to solve one protein.
Right.
And it took 3 years for AI through AlphaFold, and they won the Nobel Prize in chemistry in 2024. That's quite incredible.
Where's he now?
I think he's still probably in London, to be honest. And they're working on some other.
All right, so let me throw this at you. If all of a sudden we're not just solving dementia, we're not just solving hiccups in our life as we go through it, right? But now we're actually extending our lives to the point where the new 50 is 90.
I mean, what's a teenager then?
Well, that's what Hollywood's been arguing.
That is true.
Fucking hilarious.
Don't they drink their blood or something?
I think. Well,
Freaks.
No, we don't get into that. Let's just enjoy the bourbon.
We don't talk about blood.
I know, but it is kind of there's things to that. There's the whole. I don't.
But I think it's holistic, right? So
Yeah.
it's not just solving. It's not the protein folding problem resolution and developing.
Why did I think of crepes and folding over?
Because that's what they do. Crepes are very good, by the way. I can't make a crepe, by the way. I need a special grill thing. I can't do that.
In a
But
very
think about
very
mental
light
illness.
hand.
Think about mental illness, though.
Yeah.
Can you resolve mental illness through AI? Even
I've
though
tried.
AI could probably maybe have the causation for it.
No, and I think it's only caused it worse.
I think it has, especially if.
Look at me.
Oh, no, you're completely fine.
No, I'm there's sleepless nights. I feel like I'm Gary Busey in the frickin' box. Just teeth and and
Gary Busey.
yeah, just teeth and a frickin' a weird ass look on my face like there's no tomorrow. Claude, are we going to continue to loop, or are we just going to get this done?
Gary Busey.
I don't know about Gary Busey, but
and maybe that's where Bill Gates is going with this whole.
well, I think. Well, I mean,
We need
So all right, so let's
think that
let's
becomes a little
let's
bit
get there. So if tomorrow, let's say Bill Gates or one of the big companies comes out and says, "Oh, we've been testing this and it's been kind of under the radar, but by the way, the folks that we've been testing are living to be 200 years old,
now we roll it out.
and we're rolling it out. And if you want to have it, this is what you have to do. And that's a whole nother freaking story. So what do you have to do to get that, right? Is it going to be rolled out to everybody? Probably not. It's probably going to be my algorithmic state. You have to make sure you comply. You walk in line. You add to the algorithm.
So the thought experiment would be, then who do you roll it out to
Right?
in terms of your gene pool, right?
Are you talking about cousins again? or-
Genealogy. Yeah, well, but I mean, you brought up such a good point though, because it's so apropos. I mean, that's maybe the centralized argument, but then you could look at it from a different perspective and say, oh, hey, by the way, we have this virus, and everyone needs an mRNA shot. Yeah, and maybe that's the case. Maybe it's like everyone receives it.
So what happens?
Therapy.
So in addition to being able to live longer, what happens if they're able to also adjust? And you could probably better terminologize this
Terminologize it. I love it.
than me.
I don't think so, but that's okay.
That's a great word.
But
It's a wonderful word.
I love it.
It's so true. It makes so much sense.
you know how you have like sex with your cousin, your first cousin,
Yeah. I don't know, but anyway,
and there's issues.
most have had. Yeah.
So now let's say we can solve those too.
What if the divorce? yeah. What if the divorce rate goes up by like 500%? Because you live to be
so let's stay on
200
focus.
years
Let's
old.
stay on focus.
I'm on my 12th wife.
So
third cousin.
So now you're in West Virginia, and now you can have sex with your family,
Yep.
and there's no
now. It's
repercussions. I mean, everybody's gonna be just as smart as the next person. In fact, smarter. So AI and the whole flip of the DNA, the protein of that,
Yep.
the pathway of this.
What if they make it to where at
Becomes
your prime
And I'm going to
reproduction
the-
age is like 100?
Yeah, so I'm going to extremes. And my extreme point there is not
so
just-
important.
is to say, okay, so assume that happens, okay? Mm-hmm. And now you're reproducing within the family circle. Mm-hmm. Not just in general. And you're living to be 200. Mm-hmm. Are we now going, what are our laws look like? Because there's only so many natural resources, unless Elon's just shipping us off to Mars like we're going left and right?
Yep.
And it's the next New York subway ticket.
I think it becomes supply and demand at that point. I mean, I think
Supply and demand of what? Natural resources?
Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot.
and you said it, and I think that's
that dictates the population.
You talking about dicks or Tates?
well. Yeah.
It's so fast.
actually
It just clicks. It's so
It's
fast.
so quick. But there's actually enough. The United States collects. Talk about natural resources. The United States collects so much data on natural resources, and we've
I
actually
like how you said data.
Data, and
It's-
they've
And I kind of put that in the thing the other day. I said, is it data or daddy?
could be both.
That was kind of my whole premise.
That's
yeah.
Schrodinger's cat,
Right?
dead or alive,
I know, right?
dad or daddy.
Go on.
No, I think
My ADHD, whatever the fuck it is, it just keeps interrupting. That's not me. That's this mental disorder I fucking have to battle with.
I think I've lost my thought here.
No, I'm sorry. That was the goal.
You're the fucking best, man.
There's a lot of.
Eric brings up a great
No.
point to move it.
No, let's bring it back to the talking point. Data.
Data. I still forget.
Oh, that didn't drop something. Data, daddy.
Data, daddy. Yeah, it's not.
This bourbon's good.
There's a lot of.
It's really good. It's really good.
There's a lot that's said about the strain put on our social systems and things like that because
Oh,
people
I
are
know
living
where I was.
longer.
Uh,
So
back-
imagine then. I mean,
So Perry, the United States uses less natural resources per capita
oh yeah.
now than we did in the past. And I think that's quite important because we've and I think
Eric, because I don't agree with that.
Are we conservationists? I am.
I mean, I'll send you. I'll
I
give
literally
you.
work.
No, just
I'll,
The only light in my box is this little electric lamp that I charge with my phone.
I'll send you. Actually, I'll buy you a book.
It's very dark. I gotta be
and,
honest.
And I'll show it to you on the break. Actually, yeah,
Just me and Claude.
In a box.
in the box. But it's true though.
So what do you mean by like food, water?
So let me ask you guys this: what was your electric bill last month?
That's supply and demand. Is a lot
It
different.
was high.
250.
But
But also capacity payments have increased.
everything's increased. So
But there's some economics there and policy.
I know. So but everything's going up, right? So
I agree with you on the inflation.
So
thing.
what are you doing in react as a consumer? What are you doing to react that you're acting in a more conservative fashion, right?
if
Or are you still living full bore? You're just like, you know what? I just like to
think-
leave the lights on,
but I think
just in case anybody walks in. I'm good, you know. Or are you telling the kids? Are you telling the wife? You're like, listen, just
I mean, I haven't.
you walk
changed.
out of the room, just turn off the lights, please. You know.
yeah, well, that's easy though, right?
Well,
Well, I told him that before electricity was expensive, but I haven't really changed any. I haven't turned my air up. I haven't done.
have you guys seen what water's gone up to?
I have a well, so it doesn't affect me. But
Water's crazy, and so is electricity. I mean, if you look at
So are they're both going to get crazier as we go through this.
it's gonna get a little bit nuts, but then I think I had a chat with Dave Perry, your brother, and
Oh, that's where it goes downhill.
that's where it goes down. But
Was it be pre-gummy or after?
it was definitely pretty. I think what and part of this document I wrote for these investors, the 2030 natural gas 2030 plus project. We're going from 110, 11 BCF a day production to 140 if everything works out as it is in terms of
It's going to go.
forecasts
wow,
on natural gas.
In my opinion, it's going way higher than that.
And I agree. This is just what's
This is. I'm telling you, it's going way higher than that.
and that's in the
In the
It's
near term.
freaking number though.
and these wells are already
And-
there, right?
and let me-
Most of them.
no, they're all
just
shut
capped.
No, there's a lot shut in. And
So they're just going to turn on the valve, and
Right.
it's going to go higher than that in the near term, but it's going to fall off like a Mexican cliff diver
Yep,
because when they go to orbit,
it all goes to shit.
it all goes to shit, and it's a wasteland. It's
It-
it's gonna be the new Zombie Land movies. It's going to be the
100%.
backstop for every one of those.
Yep.
GameStop, or
Well, think about this data center down here.
It's
If
gonna-
in 10 years they go to space,
It's gonna
that'll
be-
be
yeah.
an empty building.
And that's what Dave and I were talking about. Like it has a business cycle. Now that business cycle is not
So
a 4 or 5 year business cycle. It's a 30-year business cycle. But now I think it's a little bit different.
I think it is different. So that's
1,000% different.
That's just what I was going to say. So if you're looking at it as a 30-year cycle, you're going to be completely burnt. It has to be
Delta.
a 5-year business cycle in this age is a 30-year cycle what it was 10 years ago.
And the crazy thing is about that is before it takes this Homer City development, it's going to take 4 or 5 years to develop. And then what? You got nothing?
No.
That's the crazy
Well,
thing,
and that is a
right?
crazy thing. And the longer it takes to develop, the longer they are at risk that it may not be relevant.
Because time is of
Because time is of the essence.
Yep. Time is the numeraire. That is 100% correct. And it's
They've had some hiccups and pauses along the way, which every project does. You look at all the major ones that are going down, the Jupiter project, Texas, all the meta projects are going on, and there's all these major. So we're complaining about what's going on in the data center world that's coming online right now and how that's affecting us. That hasn't even been the big. I'm talking the mega data centers.
Yep.
Those are just the baby Bjorns.
Those are baby Bjorns.
So the
And well, go ahead, Perry.
That wasn't me. It was him.
no, I was gonna say,
No, but it's good Siamese twins.
He's like my mannequin. Look.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like Arnold and Arnold and
you know,
just
Danny
for
DeVito.
not knowing,
Danny DeVito. Thank you.
the data center in Homer City, in our hometown.
It's not here yet. It's just
Right.
It's still just dirt and
They're building their own
infrastructure.
infrastructure. They're building their own
Power supply.
generation.
Completely.
Is that what it is everywhere?
No.
Or are they
No, so-
popping these
No,
So this is
and
not.
then relying
It's not
on
the
Johnny,
same
that's a great point. This is not how it is everywhere. So what John was saying, if anybody couldn't hear it, was the Homer City in our backyard, 5 miles from where we sit today, is an old coal plant that
Yep.
used to generate about 2 gigawatts of coal power, 2 to 2.5, somewhere in that range. I get a little fuzzy when it gets to coal. But
It's true.
But it was there. It was a long-standing staple in this community, and it was a very big employer of this community. So if you ever talk to anybody, they worked at the power plant. They did this, and it was awesome. And in fact, it was one of the bigger power plants in not just the Northeast region. I think it was one of the bigger power plants.
Yeah, there was
In the
three,
country.
There was 3 of them that powered the East Coast.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
Hey,
So-
I hate to do it because
Are you
this
shutting us down again?
Yeah, it's gonna
2
add.
gigawatt.
Just take 2 seconds and we'll come right back.
All right,
Finish.
so I'm going to take 2 seconds and I'll come right back. And I will not know what I was just talking
No,
about, but I'll be back.
I
you know?
got it.
DocketDaily.ai is not built for everyone. It's built for the council who already knows that speed, precision, and early intelligence win cases, shape strategy, and protect the enterprise. We serve a small circle of tech-forward attorneys who understand the value of seeing regulatory movement before it becomes tomorrow's headline or next quarter's crisis. If you've heard of us, it's likely because someone trusted you enough to mention it. If you're here, it's because you belong to the fraction of counsel who treat information as a strategic asset, not a commodity. DocketDaily.ai. The quiet advantage for the attorneys who never wait to be surprised.
And we are back. We've been singing, not to Donahue, not to Live Crew, but to Adamant.
And some other girl.
It's been
You know, we went back, right? So
we did.
that is one of my favorite songs to just kind of bring me into the mood.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's funny how music can just take you to a place,
It's one that I had forgotten about for so long.
right?
And you turn it on, it just takes you right back.
It's like
To a
it's
place.
almost like time travel,
It is. Hands down.
right?
Hands down.
And that's the greatest part about music, and I think that's where we're going with everything, because everything is sound waves and everything is kind of on the vibration level,
The vibration. That's exactly right.
right? E?
I love it.
Oh, so I'm getting into your territory now.
I just love.
I might have just
love
pissed
that
all
song.
over your territory. I was
I
like,
love
Gus.
that song. I love that song. It's
No,
so
that's
much
one.
fun.
It's one of my
my
greatest
favorites.
fun songs. But we were talking about before we get into the 5th segment and we get too deep.
Yeah.
And I don't have to cut too much out this week, hopefully. Like chop chop, chop chop. That's what I felt like last week. I was like chop chop. That's another 5
I
seconds.
thought
That's
we were
good
going
enough.
to get the. I thought that we were going to get the finish it move.
Yeah, but that was in,
Oh,
that was in last week. It got chopped.
It was.
It was last week, actually.
It was.
takes a
I still
job.
love this one, Mitch.
Oh, yeah.
Pointer.
Oh, yeah. The pointer.
The pointer.
Johnny, you remember? I know you haven't watched the last 3 episodes, but we were talking about.
I'm catching up.
No, you're catching up. So,
Catching up.
so let me catch you up. Do you remember when the teachers would roll down that big, thick plastic? You know,
Don't make me hold my shit together because I won't. Okay, go ahead.
let's say it's health class, and they're bringing the ovaries down. Okay.
Eric, don't make me cut your mic, Eric.
Yes. Okay, keep going.
And we're all opening up the page 288 to watch along, right? But they didn't have the laser pointer. They didn't have anything like that. So I can remember my 8th grade teacher. She brought this big, thick plastic with a big
Like a screen or
screen down. It was like a screen, right?
Right? Yeah.
And they had this big wooden stick with a plastic,
Pointer.
It was.
Yeah. Right. Right.
look at your face.
I mean, they just threw it right up there, right in the middle of the ovaries.
Yes.
And I'm like, anybody else feeling this? I am.
You say vas deferens, everybody's losing it. I get it.
It takes so little.
Yes. Golly.
Well,
All right.
Amazing.
technology's come a long way. We got an point. We just,
Yeah.
it's more nonchalant.
Laser.
It's like.
Can we get a?
Yeah.
Can we get a?
But I am
laser?
pointing there. You know what I'm talking about. That's the laser pointer. It's like, yeah, you may not hear me, but you know what I'm talking about. I still hear.
Pope.
It's just the sounds this mind makes. Am I the only one?
You're not alone, Brad. You're not alone.
I mean, you drop the VJ down there, and you start dropping the plastic rubber on there, and she's pointing at it like,
And all the boys are sitting there going,
yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh my God. Is that a real vagina? Is that
No,
what that
I know.
looks
Is
like
that-
on the inside?
Is that? Is that?
You know what?
Is that animalic?
An interesting
Am I
fact.
saying you're wrong?
Let me tell you an interesting fact is the lining of the vagina is exactly the same cell structure as the inside of your mouth.
Oh,
Oh.
well, that makes a lot of sense. Why they have a lot of truck whores.
That adds up.
Yeah, lick the inside of your mouth and see. Right? Little wet, little warm. Yes.
I'm not going outside anymore.
I'm done.
I was just going to sit here and lick my cheek.
It's some kind of squamous
Yeah,
thing.
I'm sure.
Whatever. Anyways.
So who tested all the worm surfaces?
You can't expect me to keep my shit together.
You have some probes or something? Huh? You have some probes?
I have one.
Big probe?
No, he had this wooden stick with a little rubber end in it.
Perry,
that
Perry,
works.
Johnny, you've been set up.
yeah, totally set up.
By the way, Johnny Mock.
I am not brought up here for my knowledge of anything.
Hold on, trust me, nobody is.
Timmy's gonna love this one.
Oh, she is. She's from Corey. She understands what we're talking about.
She does.
Yeah,
She does.
So, and Tawny's not too far away. They were both in the county league.
Right. Northeast PA.
I know, right? So-
it's kind of the same gene.
Same thing. It's all in the same league.
Same gene puddle
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
So, Johnny, what we did bring you up here for is the fact that you brought this empty bottle of bourbon.
Drank it before I got here. Sorry, guys.
How about you bring us a full one next time?
And we
dude?
appreciate
It's
you.
an awesome bottle. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Give me a little more warning. I'll bring two.
no, you bring. This is awesome. We all got to try it together. So, how does it taste?
You know what? I think we are all outstanding lovers of new Riff, which I think is you guys have had it on your show before.
Yep.
And this is the 8th year, which has gotten just it just
You can understand
gotten
why.
better.
I mean, the first time I touched my tongue,
fighter.
first time I touched my tongue, I felt like, oh,
Yeah.
bring it all.
right? It's like a fighter, you know. You get the new one, right?
I woke Johnny up. Icy light Johnny, that is.
There's 5 people here. 2 of them are named John.
Let's just clarify. I know.
But everything new Riff is, the 8-year is just that much better, in my opinion.
Agreed.
It's
That's a really good.
it's
It's
just,
weird.
It's just
Was.
it's everything that the
It's
the
weird
older
how
one-
bourbon is better with age.
That's right.
Better with Brad.
Better with
Better with
Brad.
bourbon, better with Brad, better with New Riff, 8-year, and Johnny Mock.
Yeah, and you
Thanks-
know what?
thanks, brother.
And I think New Riff is not that far. So if they want to invite us down to do their show,
This is the
our
second
show
time
down
we
there,
featured them.
it'd be fantastic.
We would love to, and I know Louis would, because he would just be all over. He'd be like, "Oh my God, this bottle." He would never get off the outside before he gets to the inside.
Yeah, I mean that's a big part of
No, it is a
how
big part.
it takes.
So
you look at the bottle.
You look at
it's
the
like,
bottle.
right.
You look at the coloring. You look at it. It just, and I feel like I'm.
It's all marketing.
If Louis is, Bluetoothing into my brain right now, he's going, "Oh, it just looks sleek. It looks awesome. It looks like I want to
elegant.
grab it off the shelf,
Where,
put it in my mouth."
where's it located?
That's right.
New Riff? Where?
It's just south of Cincinnati in Kentucky.
Yeah, actually, my
And,
friend that brought the Boone County last
Yep.
week,
It's
they
Bardstown?
were at
Oh,
New Riff.
it is right there.
They were at New Riff as well while they were down there. So,
And
it's
so
right
close-
there.
It's close to Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's right over the bridge, right?
So it might be in
Yeah.
Boone's
Yes,
County.
right there.
It might be.
Yeah.
I think it's
County.
Boone County.
Boone
That's
County.
exactly where it is.
Well, that was the bourbon we had last week. And,
So lovely, Boone County.
I tagged those boys this morning.
There was so much available down there, and just New Riff is such a great story.
You know why?
What's
Because 20% of the Gen Z are not drinking anything.
Yeah, how about that?
They're all smoking. weed.
Just
They're all smoking weed and just getting
Taking
high on
gummies.
crack.
yeah.
And crap.
I mean, you look at our small town right now, and like when back in our day,
It really is. Yeah.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night,
bars would be thumping,
uptown was
Dumping.
insane, and now
They're-
you drive through,
our bars close down at 10, 11 o'clock.
yeah, and
Are paychecks the same periodical?
For what?
Well, I mean, to your point, like they start Thursday, like it was always happy hour Thursday.
that
right?
Thursday night was our night.
Okay.
And I always
you know?
thought that paychecks were paid on Thursday, and then everyone kind
Well,
of out.
I'm not sure, but
I don't know if that's the case.
it's a good
I was
point.
just
I
kinda
do
curious.
think to correct myself, I do think on Thursday and Friday and Saturday nights they do stay a little
little
later.
bit.
But since COVID, this town has gone dark as of
Do you
10
think
o'clock.
do you think it's COVID, or do you think it's the generation? Because
Well, I think COVID was a great excuse to finally put, because otherwise, if you're a business and you're saying to everybody that's a consumer that wants to come out, for example, like Johnny, he wants to go out every night.
Johnny's out every night.
right, and he's more our generation. That's right. That's right. That's
No,
right.
but how do you tell them, no, we're done, and we're cutting it off?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But I think COVID was a great excuse to reevaluate your business model as a bar owner or as a restaurant owner that's primarily serving
Alcohol.
yeah,
alcohol on the weekends, right?
Like
Yeah.
social engineering of some sort.
It
yeah,
was.
and I think that's what it is. I mean,
And again, we're not in a tourist town,
aren't
so-
doing that.
So
And we're not. No.
but we are in a college town, so there's a balance, right? So I think there's still the Thursday, Friday, Saturday when school's in.
There is, yeah, there is, but
that's it.
They're just not coming. They're just not.
But there isn't the
Coming
Monday,
out.
Tuesday, Wednesday. There isn't that all week long that we used to be used to.
Yeah, I mean that was our social deal. Thursday night we were out. I mean that was the start of the weekend.
Well, and depending on what time of year, if it's summertime, it might be a dead time.
Yeah, maybe, but when college is in, especially in a college town like we're in right now, I mean all these bar owners up there, Thursday nights was the start of the weekend.
It was the night.
Yeah, and I went to IUP, the local bar, and you kind of made your schedule around that.
Of course you did.
As you can. But yeah, Thursday night was a great big night. Friday night was a great night. Saturday night was not quite as big as Thursday and Friday, but it was,
Are you seeing less? So I don't know what the Indiana scene was, 20, 30 years ago. When I worked at the Valley Inn up in McCain, right outside, not too far from Corey. Mm-hmm. We used to have a band. It was definitely Friday and Saturday. Sometimes it'd even extend to.
You were in the band?
No. I wish I was. I was just the guy behind the bar serving the drinks.
Yeah, you were second place behind the band guys.
I was
for picking up. Ladies.
But I was the only male bartender too, so it was a crazy atmosphere in the country bar. So
that's a big deal.
We would have 350 people in that room,
Yep.
and we'd have 4 bartenders, and I was the only male one serving. I only served Bud and Bud Light. That was my.
Yeah. Do you think it was COVID that shut all of that down?
Well, I think COVID was the perfect excuse for the bars to reevaluate and use it as an excuse to I think it was slow before that. That's my point.
Yeah.
Slowing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Or changing, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think it was, and I think it goes to the headlines that we've been talking about, where Gen Z is drinking 20% less. Alcohol sales are down, so that's having an effect on bars and clubs all over.
What are they doing?
Well, I think so. What they did immediately after COVID was use that as an excuse to say, we're going to adjust our hours.
Right, but I mean, the generation is
So
not. The generation is not. I mean, maybe they're drinking less, but they're not.
You're right.
They're not
They're spending money in
detaching
different ways.
from reality.
No, so they have to detach from reality some other way.
Right.
Yeah. So I think there's a couple other outlets that we've talked about before, and I think it's either through the vaping.
That's a big thing. Humongous.
It's a big thing. So whether you're doing it legally or illegally, there's outlets to disassociate without having to do it, right?
Which as college students, you are a law guy, so you need to detach. That was really important for you. Just
I wish I knew that back then. I was tied to the wire, and I all my law review board would say, "Brad, just come have a drink." I'm like, ah.
Yeah, but you needed your detachment though.
No, that's the honest to God truth. I was like that nerd that's like, I need to just stay here and just edit.
Do your thing. Yeah.
But I did break free a couple of times my third year.
But
I understand what you guys are saying, and I understand exactly what is being said, and I think this is what's happening. So there's a few other outlets. You have the vapes, legalization of marijuana.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which you're not going to a bar and
you don't have to.
We're all getting together.
I had my medical marijuana license for a while until I tripped out on that. That's another story.
Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, no, I was shaking like
I got a story for that.
I was
another day.
Yeah, I was so dry mouthed. I mean, I thought I was dying. No, that's another story. But we'll say those.
Yeah, that's a whole nother one.
Yeah, those are great stories. We'll if anybody's still listening, we'll bring you back to those to some other time. But what I think is happening right now, and you're talking about it, and it's exactly where all these. It's not just bourbon, but it's the alcohol industry overall
in general. Yes,
20%. You're talking about a 20% cut. That is the haircut on top. That is the the Maximilian freaking
It is. It is. I mean, yeah.
So I think it's legalized weed.
Yeah.
It's vaping, gummies. I mean, you talk about the flow gummies. From any of the states. Pennsylvania is not one of those states, but it flows.
It's here.
So you have a college where everybody's coming from everywhere. So whether they're coming from Colorado, wherever it's legal, where you can go do it recreationally,
right?
It's coming. So. I think it's a combination of all that stuff.
So do you think like looking like at the way we grew up? I mean, it was like bar crawls Thursday through everything. And then, that was a big part of your social life.
It just doesn't seem to be the thing.
Yeah. Is that affecting
it is
the social skills of our kids? I mean,
well, and that's exactly what I said too. Well, and that's exactly what I said. So
That's a really good point.
No, it's a great point, right? So I will attest if anybody asks me for career advice. I bartended for 5 years through college.
which is number one, it's great money, and number two, it's great socializing skills, which in your field was ultimately important.
And so I'm at the Valley Inn out in McCain, and it's a 7 a.m. till 2 a.m. bar. It's second shift construction workers coming in. I'm this, I won't say preppy, but I'm not used to the construction, worker, hardcore.
Different world.
It's a different world. So I come in and they're ripping on me left and right. I'm 18 years old. That is the only bar that would hire me. I applied to every bar in Erie.
But you're absorbing all of that, though.
Well, but
it's one of the best.
I did after I got hired. So I applied to every bar. I wanted to be at the Martini bar. I wanted to be at the high end. They all said
why?
No.
Because of the money?
No, they all turned me down because I think I was male.
Yeah.
In 18 years old.
Why?
Well, in 18 years old. So I was 18 years old. I got my.
Why were you pursuing those jobs? I guess
because that's what I wanted to do as a side job when I was in college.
I see.
I saw Cocktail, the movie with Tom Cruise. I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah.
I'll be
flipping bottles and taking ladies home at night. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you bought into the Hollywood.
Yeah,
the bartender thing.
So
not knowing,
I applied to every bar in Erie. Reject. You're 18. You're a male.
What's going on in Erie in that point too? It's not a beach bar.
And so I'm in Mill Creek, so I apply out in McCain.
Right.
And this very loving, sweet lady who's a retired teacher, right, calls me back and says, "Oh, we'd like to hire you." I'm like, serious?
Yeah. I thought there was a but
once
there.
In my life.
I kind of did what? And she goes, I said, I'm 18. She goes, yeah, I know you're 18, but you're allowed to serve. I said, but you're going to have to, I said, this is how we do it here. You have to cocktail waiter 3 Saturday or Friday nights before you get behind the bar. Mm-hmm. Because we would have bands and it would be really busy. We'd have 350 people in there. It would be a band. It would be hectic.
Yeah.
Big
opportunity.
Well, it was, and you'd make good money, right?
Exactly right.
So, but on the flip side of that, you have to figure out how you're doing it, right? I'm like, okay, I got that, but you didn't, and I knew it when I went there. I mean, I did know. I mean, I was naive as an 18-year-old, but I knew I was going into McCain, but I didn't realize I was going into like construction world.
Yeah, but you kind of knew where the money was at that point, right?
At this point, I was just happy to get a bartending job.
Right.
And I still dream about this place. I mean, it's one of my favorite places. I mean, the owners were in my wedding,
Is it still open?
It is.
And
the son of the owner, who was one of my...
We need a road trip.
Oh, we're going to do a road trip.
That's what I was thinking, Perry.
Rod
exactly right.
That'd be epic.
Rod took over.
We're going.
Yeah, we are going. So Dick Hershey, who was one of the Hersheys, and he was...
like the Hershey's?
He was yes, he was one of the down the chain. He was
but still.
A nephew.
Yeah.
Like Hershey Medical Center, Hershey.
Yes.
Hershey
Like
chocolate.
Jersey Kiss, we had those over the bar.
Yeah.
But he was also the chief architect for Jacobs Brothers out in Cleveland. So he designed, in his heyday, before they retired to the Valley Inn and bought this.
Interesting.
He designed all of the malls back in the 80s. He was the chief architect for the Jacobs Brothers that made Jacobs Brothers who they were when they named Cleveland Stadium after the Jacobs Brothers.
Which is phenomenal.
So he would go in and he
place.
said, you know what, the two brothers would come in and say, you know what, I like that fountain, but just tear it down and redo it. And he was also a great pool player. But then when I got to meet Dick and his wife Judy, who was just the sweetest, and she was a teacher and just had that sweet, just brought you back to center, right?
Right.
It made you feel like you're on your second year of kindergarten,
Well, yeah, it was that person. It was just that person.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I get it. I can do this, So they literally throw me to the wolves. Like you get first shift.
Yeah, right. You're in there, buddy.
You get the beer and a shot, guys.
Yeah, I'm getting the construction workers coming out.
Right.
And I'm not one of the good-looking girls. I mean, everybody else was a female. It didn't matter if they were good-looking or not. They were all females. I'm not.
That's what those guys were looking for.
Oh, that's exactly what they're looking. And now they got me.
Right? And they got Brad.
And I'm going, why don't you like me? And why are you harassing me?
Yeah.
And so we got to the point.
Poor girls.
Yeah.
Poor guys.
Yeah, in your case, poor guys.
I think it made him drink more.
We feel bad for
And
him.
then he got
We're
more.
going to drink through this guy, and we're going to go to the girl with the big.
What I didn't understand at this point in time, and I do understand completely now, and I preach it, is one of the love languages of guys is ripping on each other.
Oh, yes.
If you are ripping on somebody, it means you like them. If you don't give a shit, you're just gonna
Appreciation.
Girls will never understand.
Exactly. Right.
and they don't. So I got a hard lesson, and these guys are just ripping the shit on me.
These are
I'm in a polo shirt. These guys are coming off the construction site.
these
at
are blue collar.
I mean,
guys.
they are dirty. I mean, they look like they rolled around like I do in the mud out here now. And
In the box.
I'm in the box.
Bow, bow, bow.
So I'm going, and I asked you. I said, I don't think they like me. She goes, No,
They love you.
I said, I don't think so. So I had enough. I mean, I had a couple guys that were just coming hard at me, and I'm like,
I can't handle this.
this isn't my job. So this is back before cell phones. The bag phone, but I had the phone where you had the answer machine, right?
Yep.
And I didn't show up for a Thursday shift, and Judy's calling. See, Brad,
Why didn't you show up? Just because you didn't? Because
I was
you
sick and
couldn't handle
tired
it?
of getting abused by.
These fuckers.
I mean, and they weren't tipping either. So, right? I mean, it's like I'm getting my $3.25 an hour, and maybe I get $1. Maybe some pathetic guys go, oh my god, he got abused. I'm just gonna throw $1.
A pity tip.
get
I
it.
mean, I was not getting paid, right? So
you are not the
no. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna
stereotypical-
stay here in the area. This is not. This
Right.
I made a mistake, So I'm like, and I love Judy so much. I love Dick so much. Not that Dick.
Well,
You can't. You knew it was
That's
coming.
gonna be viral, isn't it?
I love Dick so much.
Right? That's gonna go viral. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all
not
we all
really.
know what
I mean-
you're saying, but we all yeah.
I hear you.
Right. Anyways, great story. You're doing fantastic.
No, so I'm hiding I'm literally hiding in my apartment going, I know Judy's going to call. I mean, that's just how she is. And she was so sweet every time she called. She would be on the answer. Brad, I don't know why you didn't show up tonight, but I would like you to answer. And it was kind of like the Office Space, where the guys are just calling over and over. That was Judy. She didn't let up. So it was like 5-10 times in a row.
Every 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, it was not every Tuesday. It was every freaking hour for Thursday and Friday.
Oh.
And I'm trying to ignore it. I'm not trying to pick up the phone. And she's like,
Because you think
it's like, yeah,
it's not your deal.
Yeah, you didn't show up today. No, but it was much sweeter. So. And I thought she stopped because there was a long pause. And so it rang and I picked up and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Judy.
Right?
And she's like, Brad, why haven't you showed up for work? And I said,
I hired you.
I said, Judy, I said, I think I'm doing you a favor. I said, your regulars don't like me. I mean, they've made it very clear.
I'll pack my T-shirt if you want.
I get it. And she goes, you're missing the point. They love you.
Yeah.
If they don't like you, they're not going to rip on you.
Yep.
That's a
In fact, they're asking about where you are.
that's a really strong thing.
And I said, are you serious?
It's admiration.
Are you serious? And I said, she goes, I'm dead serious. I said, all right, I'll come back. And I said, I'm glad I caught you because obviously I was trying to ignore you. And I feel bad for that. But you're too sweet to let down in person. And I said that to her,
Right.
And Dick and Judy were in my wedding, I mean, so I went back and they became, everybody at that bar became my best friends.
Right. How
That's
amazing!
awesome.
How amazing is that?
No, and it's a life story though, but and Perry is throwing 2 stilettos.
3.
3 up. Yeah.
3 stilettos.
We're out.
I didn't want to finish your story.
No, but that is a story, and I think that's the most poignant part of the story is sometimes when people love you, they
rip you up.
yeah. And
my wife must really love me.
Well, I think she does, and that's the love language, right? So
It is.
You have to kind of read between the lines sometimes, and that's something that AI can't tell you.
Yeah, and you know what, the funny thing is like our kids in my generation, or our kids' generation, is like they need to get that. They need to understand that.
I think it's a socialization thing, right? So
It is.
You're hiding behind the phone, you're Snapchatting, you're doing this, you're doing that, and maybe you meet up every once in a while, but it's very short. It's not like what we used to do when we used to go run and be 8 hours at a time.
That's right. It goes right back to the
socialization of
the socialization when you're uptown.
As our kids have gotten older, John, speaking of yours and mine and Brad's too, they've definitely become more social than even kids maybe 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's due to sports.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, Perry, 100%.
I
100%.
think
Our kids are blessed because
I agree. I think
of
that's
that.
the only outlet that they get to actually be able
And
to
there
socialize.
is, there is the you catch a bunch of that shit in the locker room
Oh yeah.
with
There's a lot of ball
So-
busting. in
all
there.
the ball busting and on the bus to away games and stuff like that. They catch that life lesson like. Yeah,
You're not going to get it anymore.
You go out into the real world and you don't have that, you're going to crumble.
Yeah.
How do you infuse?
like I did the first few weeks on the job at Valley.
Yeah, exactly right, brother. Exactly right. You gotta
I crumbled and I've tried to hide.
right.
And
And she pulled you out, and that was
She did pull me out by accident.
a big deal.
It was by accident, and if I hadn't accidentally answered that, I don't know if I had ever learned that lesson.
And it was a big deal for you.
It was one of the most important lessons.
That's right.
Eric's got
You got to get punched in the mouth a couple of times.
I have one question. How do you infuse today
Yeah.
meaning, purpose, and virtue in your lives?
Oh,
We do not have time to answer that
but
question.
you know
That's
what?
a great thing to pick up next week. That's a great thing to pick up next week.
It's a good segue to next.
I don't think
write that down because that's a whole segment
because
right there.
we are in a different. Just talking about
Yeah.
we're in a different time.
We came up in the school of hard knocks,
Mm-hmm.
which is fantastic. But
My son and I were talking on the porch last night. And, I was telling him about how-
every generation wants their kids to have it better than they had, but we're almost our generation is that to a fault.
Johnny, I hate to cut you off, but we're going to lose camera in 10 seconds.
All right,
Okay,
so
now, but
cheers and thank you, Johnny. This new riff was unbelievable. The bourbon's down.
everybody,
Friendship's
thank
up.
you.
Delicious.
I love you all.
This has been Bourbon with Brad. Be sure to like and follow. Cheers.
The views and opinions shared on the Bourbon with Brad podcast are our own and those of our guests. Nothing we discuss should be taken as financial, legal, business, or gambling advice. Don't make investment, business, or betting decisions based on our conversations, as you should always talk to a qualified professional. Always drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and only consume alcohol if you are of legal drinking age.